This is GhanaTalks breakfast show. It's a beautiful brand new week. It's a beautiful brand new day. It's a beautiful brand new morning. This is Monday, and you're welcome to the GhanaTalks breakfast show right here on GhanaTalks Radio. This is your morning companion. Actually, Mondays are the days that a lot of people hate a lot, but it is what it is. We are here this morning to give you all the relevant stories making waves in the news. I told you that this is your favorite online radio station, and you can carry along wherever you go. Remember that you're streaming live on Facebook at GhanaTalks Radio, on YouTube at GhanaTalks Radio, and also on X at GhanaTalks Radio. Do what to log on, send in your comments. Let's get interactive right here on the show. My name is Ruth Esenamfiakbedu, and this morning we'll be doing the news review with Miss W. Adoso and Miss Regina Bless. Good morning to you, ladies, and you're welcome to the GhanaTalks Breakfast Show.
Good morning.
Hope the weekend was good, fantastic.
It wasn't good for me.
Oh, what happened?
It wasn't. Black Stars.
Oh,
Sune.
I totally forgot about them.
Sune. Black Stars. Sune.
Take height.
No, this is not. I'm so disappointed. Like this, the most cheapest game ever. I'm very disappointed in them.
I didn't watch. I was sleeping. But was it that bad?
Very bad.
Oh my God.
They missed a lot of chances. I didn't know what Jordan Ayew was doing. Instead of once Antoine Semenyo or Wenim Homudu ball keeper then penalty box. I have any penalty box. Baby, I'm a Shagun fan.
Yes.
Penalty box. You know.
I told you I'm
Oh, blah. Like, Obe pass him. Antoine Semenyo pass the ball, but no one is there.
Oh my God.
Jordan will just be walking. What are you? The pitch no so Nante. We don't walk.
I woke up and I saw on social media that there was a whole lot of bash for Jordan Ayew. They were like, we are here. Somebody should come and dance at the airport that they are welcoming them.
I cried. I was so pained.
Yeah.
OPI already saw Beatrice so local. When they gave us that 6 minutes or 7 minutes, when Jumpona everybody started leaving because the hope is lost. Me, I was still standing there. I was like, God can do something in the last minute. I'm fat. Everybody left. No solo.
My bad. And the coach has also brought his work to an end as well. He wishes us well and hope that we'll do better next time. So it is what it is.
You see, so the last time someone said that if they want to reset Ghana, they should sack everybody and start afresh.
And people were quite disappointed because the people they were expecting for them to be on the pitch were not on the pitch. I learned Pate was on bench and Benjamin Asari was also on bench.
Pate boy.
Oh, he played.
Yes,
but it's not at the point he was put on bench.
Really?
And then Benjamin Asari, which was supposed to be the the goalkeeper, was also not the goalkeeper. Yes, the keeper no pesa asanko.
Atizigi. Then yenya bre no oregam. No boy.
Oh yeah, but who said he did well?
He did well, but
who said he did well?
First one, what was he sleeping on my share?
I think the defenders are weak.
Anyways, we wish them the best. We are hoping that in the next coming years, God willing, next year they'll be playing AFCON. So we are hoping that they come up bigger and better.
Yeah, family supports them.
We will support them. You will wear the jersey here again. Right, let's get into the news story. Former NAFCO CEO arrested at airport over alleged attempt to empty frozen bank accounts ahead of UK trip. The former chief executive officer of the National Food Buffer Stock Company, NAFCO, Hanan Abdul Wahab Ali Duba, has been arrested at the Accra International Airport while attempting to travel to the United Kingdom. According to the Deputy Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Dr. Justice Rumsai, the arrest was carried out after investigators suspected that Mr. Ali Duba had tried to illegally access and empty a bank account that had been frozen by the court. He explained that although the High Court had granted the former CEO permission to travel briefly to the UK, intelligence gathered by investigators indicated that he allegedly attempted to use false means to withdraw funds from the restricted accounts before his departure. Mr. Ali Duba is currently standing trial for charges including stealing and causing financial loss to the state. His bank accounts were previously frozen as part of efforts to preserve state funds while the case is ongoing. Following the arrest, the Attorney General's office says it will return to court to challenge the earlier decision that allowed him to travel outside the country. This could lead to tighter conditions on his bail and movement as the case continues. The matter is expected to come up again in courts, where prosecutors are likely to present details of the alleged attempt to access the frozen account. So this is the new development on the case of the CEO of NAFCO, and this time around the court has granted him permission to go outside the country to meet his doctors, per report to meet his opticians, but due to intelligence gathered, there was an allegation, it was alleged that he tried to, withdraw money from his frozen bank account, and then due to that, he was picked up or arrested at the Accra International Airport. Right, Miss Debbie, should court allow accused people in financial crime to travel outside the country? Is it even allowed in the first place that someone has been suspected that you've committed a crime and the court grants you leave or permission that, go outside the country? That's the question we should be asking ourselves. What's your thought on this, please?
I think it depends. There are cases where when a person is being brought before the courts, you are not allowed to travel outside the country. And so when it happened like that, that is why in most cases they'll ask you to bring your passport, they'll ask you to bring your visa, bring papers. Necessary papers that they know that you can it can give you that permit to travel outside the country. And that is because a lot of people use that as a yardstick, and then they travel outside the country, preventing with the intention to prevent prosecution. And so it depends. There are cases where when you are traveling outside, you will not be prevented, but there are cases where they will allow you to go. So in his case, he said he is not feeling well, and then he's going for treatment. But here lies the case: your bank account has been frozen for a particular reason, and that is because you are being caught up because they found out that you've causing financial loss to the state, and so your account needs to be frozen. Your account is frozen doesn't mean that the government is spending your money. It means that investigations are ongoing, and that the government has taken hold of it till they are done with their investigations, and till they come to a conclusion that you are fair, like you are not guilty of the crime that have been leveled against you. Then you can go ahead and use your money. But in the case that you said you are traveling outside the country for treatment, it means you have money somewhere. So there is no need. You going back to withdraw money from your frozen account is you going against the law. So definitely they are going to pick you up. Yeah. So in this case, as I said, there are two things involved. It is either okay, fine. There are two things involved here, and that has to do with they allowing him to go means that with his case that is being dealt on or briefed on in parliament, in court, you can travel outside the country. But you withdrawing the money from a frozen account, it means you are breaching the law, and so you will need to be taken on.
Yeah. It's still a crime that the court has placed an order that your account should be frozen, and then you use forceful means to, go and try and withdraw money. So this allegation is being brought to light by the Deputy Attorney General. So a person cannot be said that he's guilty unless it is proven. So as it stands now, suspected and alleged. Let me use my words carefully before I'm being picked up. Miss Regina.
Yeah. So I was quite shocked when I saw this, and it made me remember when this whole allegation came into light. I can't remember he saying that he has nothing to do with these allegations, and well, you can't really believe people based on their words. Now, my issue is, why are we granting or giving someone who is involved in a financial case or a criminal case, why are we giving such person the liberty to move about? I know that certain people who are in criminal cases are seen as flight risk, and someone like him should also be seen as flight risk. And this is even the time for them to promote our local hospitals we have here. If you are not well, we have big hospitals. Go there and sort yourself out. You will be fine. But you have the audacity to tell the court that you are not well, so you are going to treat yourself. No hospital is it better than the ones we have here. We have good private and government hospitals who can go your finance and who can do whatever, anything that this Western world, their hospital can do. So I see it that he's a flight risk, and in that matter he shouldn't even be allowed to travel. Why are you traveling? I thought that Ghana court me them into masio. As a man who said nipa we kunipa say so, oh, investigations is ongoing, so either you want to travel, go. Does it make sense? It doesn't make sense. Obi away via Ghana Sika, someone who has caused financial loss to the state. And mind you, causing financial loss to the state is a crime. The same way when I go out and vandalize a government property, it is a crime. I would be arrested, detained, and taken to court. It is a crime. So why are we treating this issue as though it's a kind of petty issue? We should respect all these cases that comes on, and from today I think it's high time they treat all these people as criminals. I know that you can't be proven guilty until a competent court has proven that.
Yeah.
So since investigation is going on, no one should go anywhere. Remain in the four corners of this country.
Yeah. I was even thinking same, but according to my research and what I've read, the court allows you to go on leave and gives you a specific duration. So he was given from 5th to July 14th. That was the duration the court gave him to go and visit his doctors and then come back.
Now my issue is, why should he even give him leave? And it's not a juma. You are not working in a corporate world. This has to do with criminal activities. See Empate, what he's going through. He can't leave. He has not been proven guilty or not guilty.
Yeah.
But they are restricting him from traveling to another country.
That is because they are lost states, so
But
the laws are not like that.
So they should change it, because I don't understand. Nipa we are securities, and I will say, "Who Janice on travel kohe now all kono on baby me."
And because if you look at the cases we have in court as it stands now, with the case of Sedinam Tamaklo, that was the same excuse she gave, that she wants to go for a medical treatment. Kenneth Oriata, let's say Kenneth Oriata was already even there, but the excuse he gave was medical treatment, and now we are having the
Kenneth Oriata, he had already left the country before they started whatever investigation they wanted to do, and there's no way I know I'm involved in a criminal scandal. You told me it's a member, but I will not come.
So with the case of Hanam, do you think that the court was actually didn't suspect that when he go he will come back?
Maybe they didn't suspect him. They thought, freezing his account is good enough, and that's the best solution. And then
But even if his account was frozen, why do you have to wait for you to travel before you go and allegedly try to go and take money from there.
From what I read, he went there to try to take the money on Thursday. And it came to light and they arrested him on Saturday. So I'm sure they got to know, but since he was in the country, they didn't see that as a threat. But the moment you get notice, say he's trying to jail the money, that one itself is a criminal offense. As a tax force, I bet lock here, Hanum, and you forcefully open it, it is a crime.
Yeah.
So they need to check the laws very well. As Ms. Debbie said, when you go to the Western world, the laws are stated. We should also, this is the time for us to also change certain laws. From 1992, it's a different age compared to this time, 2026. It has a very huge, vast difference. So they need to change our laws to suit we, the youth of today.
Right, so as it stands now, his lawyer and the attorney general are going on a legal battle. It's been a back and forth. There's been a contempt of court that he was going to sue the AG and then all of that. So definitely, to delve deeper into this particular issue, make sure you join us in the second segment. Degree to Nowhere, Dr. Educhum questions relevance of some university programs. Former Education Minister Dr. Yao Osei Educhum is calling for a major review of university programs in Ghana, arguing that several courses being offered in tertiary institutions are not aligned with job opportunities in the labor market. He said there's a growing mismatch between what universities teach and what the economy actually needs, leading to rising graduate unemployment. Dr. Educhum explained that universities should base their programs on a clear national labor market assessment, so students are trained for real job sectors such as engineering, health, and other priority areas. He criticized some courses, including development studies, development education, and BA education non-teaching, saying they do not clearly lead to specific job opportunities after graduation. According to him, many students complete these courses, go through national service, and later struggle to find employment, describing it as a degree to nowhere. He also suggested that some universities continue offering such programs mainly because they attract more students and generate income rather than because of labor market demand. Dr. Educhum is therefore urging the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission (GTEC) to step in and ensure that universities align their courses with national development needs and employable skills. He cited countries like India as examples where education systems are closely linked to industry needs, resulting in candidates and graduates who are readily absorbed into the job market. So this is coming from a former education minister. He was once an education minister, and this time around there was a podcast speaking on Connected and Minds podcast. He said that there are certain programs that we study in school that they are not needed. They don't prepare people for the job market, so those courses should be taken off. Degree to nowhere. And these universities are actually offering these courses because of their income and also attracting students. Whereas he mentioned development studies. He mentioned development studies and some other courses as well. BA in education, non-teaching. These are some of the courses that he thinks that, in his opinion, they should be abolished because they don't prepare us for the job market. Mr. B, what do you think? Should some courses be abolished? But looking at the courses that he has mentioned, he mentioned development studies and BA in education non-teaching. These are the courses he mentioned. But let's look at development education and development studies. Is it a course that should be abolished? Is it that is irrelevant, or is not even necessary at all to be offering or be teaching or to even pursue?
No course is irrelevant at the universities. I'm not sure a university will come out with courses that they know fully well that when you pursue as a student, you are not going to better your life in the future, or it's not going to generate anything positive or add up anything positive to your life. I think we should just face the issue as it is, rather than blaming it on these universities and the courses they offer. Now, development studies, it is in various types. We have strategic development studies, and then we have the development studies. And these are studies that open, maybe you don't know, these courses open outside, how like it opens foreign doors for you. Strategic development has to do with you working with missionaries, like missionaries, not in maybe pastoral works, but then I mean people who we have group of people from other countries outside the world, where they come together, and then what they do is that they go from country to country, come up with maybe in this country this is what they are struggling with, and then they bring out the problem, they pinpoint the problem, and then what they do is that they work with people, companies, big companies that have the financial means, and then they go from country to countries, and then they support these people. So if you're talking about courses being offered at the university, no course is a useless course. It is because the country we find ourselves do not provide the job, they did not provide the job for these people to get employed. So you don't sit down, and then I'm even disappointed because this is from a former minister of education. Yeah. And this is very, very bad. If someone go to school, we have people who go to school to study, is it odontology or whatever it's called? Music.
Sure. They are making money.
They are making great money. You might not respect them, but I have a colleague who is into music. Okobo gig back, he takes like 3,000 plus in a day.
Of course, per hour.
Per hour, and they make more money. But you might think because he doesn't wear what is the name, blue sleeve with black travel suit and with the lampo back, so you feel like he's not working enough. But they are making big money. These people go to school to dance. We have people go to university and they dance. They are making money. Musicians call them, and then they go, they show off whatever they are supposed to show off, and then they get their money. But you are here struggling. You take your money after the month, and within 1 week after the month, you are back to normal. It's as if you've never received anything. So no course is useless in the university. They should focus on creating the jobs for these people to get employed. That should be what our focus should be on. It shouldn't be on courses are useless or whatever. No. Even the courses that we term as not being useless, how many people get employed into those sectors? Courses like the law firm, courses like the law firm, the health sector, other sectors as well. How many people do they employ in a year? So I think he has to reverse or whether retract the words he has just spoken. That is so unfortunate on his side. Very, very unfortunate for him to say that. They should create the jobs and employ the people. And they shouldn't make it look as if somebody go to school for 4 years to, excuse my language, learn nonsense. No.
Right. Miss Regina.
Yeah.
Degree to nowhere.
Okay, so degree to nowhere, I think, is a norm in our country, because some people would, I don't want to use the word waste their time, their resources and energy, go to a 3 years, 4 years institution, then at the end of the day, they get their certificate and they are still stuck at square one. I think I would blame it on our system, because our system is supposed to be favorable to us. Whatever course you take on or whatever course you learn, at the end of the day, there should be an opportunity waiting for you somewhere. I wouldn't say that the institutions we have around, the courses they are offering is useless. No course is useless. I believe if it's useless, it wouldn't even be in the curriculum in the first place, because we know the Ministry of Education together with the GTech on one way BSA. And this one is not a certified certified program you are supposed to offer. They would cancel it if it's useless. And this coming from the former education minister, as Debbie said, I think I'm quite disappointed. The best thing for him to do is to introduce reforms. At this point, the only thing I think everyone is supposed to do is introduce a solution. You don't add to the problem. What can we do to make sure that at the end of the day, if this person studies medicine, edwuma bɛn na ɛda hɔ ma na so wie medicine na ɔbɛkɔ akɔyɛ? Edwuma bɛn na ɛda hɔ ma nipa ɔyɛ yɛfɛ ne sɛn chemistry. I think biology is also a course they study.
Oh yes, of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what is that person gaining after that study? Music, what is that person gaining? We've termed certain courses to be irrelevant, which is very bad. From the start of JHS to SHS, they've termed Protech and also Visual Arts as a useless course. That once you're in that course, then be certified, say, wabon. Be able to say wabon, because they feel say it is not a difficult course, but mind you, it's a very difficult course. It needs critical thinking. It needs someone who is very creative, and they are the ones we are seeing today creating masterpiece.
Yeah.
Look at the Nigerians. When it comes to fashion, Nigerians are very, like, their creativity is top notch. The last time someone created a dress out of towel, and you wouldn't even know that this is a towel.
Even bread.
Like, you see, you wouldn't know that this is when and you pay the ISA. It's all about creativity. So they should introduce reforms in the education sector. They should, in fact, sweep it and make it new again. At the end of the day, if these people are offering this course, at the end of the day, when they come out, they should have an opportunity waiting for them out there. The education system needs to be flexible. It needs to be accessible to all. And at the end of the day, everyone should have a conducive, working environment. Now, a lot of people are in their houses with their masters, their PhD, their degrees. They are not getting anything unless they travel out of the country before they can find something doing for themselves. It's just like the universities are only interested in taking our monies, but we have some foreign institutions in Ghana here. Right after studying, they open up more opportunities for you. You travel out of the country.
I must say that this comment coming from a former education minister is quite unfortunate, because per what I have here, development studies is a social science field examining the economic, political, social, and environmental factors behind societal changes in developing regions. A former education minister, looking at the free SHS program they brought on board, it falls under social developing studies. So that should tell you that if you don't study, or if you don't have what it takes to study development studies, or to know what development studies is all about, you wouldn't be able to execute that. And I believe you were campaigning to be a flag bearer. Was it not development studies that was able to help you bring certain policies and things on board? And then your former government also was taking loans. It is also development studies that teaches you how you allocate the monies to these people and make sure that it is used for its intended purpose. So I must say that it is very unfortunate to hear this from the former education minister. Very, very unfortunate. And I think that he should do right by himself and come out and give a statement to debunk this, because it is very, very bad. As it stands now, it is trending, and when you go on TikTok, a whole lot of people have taken up the issue, and they are teaching a former education minister what development studies is actually all about. So please, education minister, this one day you didn't do well. Let's move on to our last news item. Expedites constitutional review. Usan Fuseni urges Mama to allow election of MMDCs. Former Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Usan Fuseni, is urging President John Dramani Mahama to speed up Ghana's constitutional review process to allow Metropolitan, Municipal and District Chief Executive, MMDCs, to be elected rather than appointed. He argues that electing MMDCs would improve accountability at the local level, especially in dealing with reoccurring challenges such as flooding, poor drainage systems, and uncontrolled physical development. Speaking on the issue, Mr. Fuseni appealed directly to the president, saying that if local leaders are elected, citizens will have the power to hold them accountable for failures in planning and environmental management. His comments come after recent heavy rains caused severe flooding in parts of Accra and other communities, leaving homes and businesses submerged, damaging property and disrupting livelihoods. He believes the current system weakens accountability because appointed officials are not directly answerable to the people they serve. And according to him, electing MMDCs would force local authorities to respond faster and take stronger action on issues such as drainage maintenance and urban planning. The floods have once again renewed public debates on Ghana's urban management systems and the need for long-term reforms to prevent repeated disasters. Do you buy into that, Ms. Debbie? Should we now start electing MMDCs rather than appointing them?
Yeah, I think when we start electing them, that will be based on their hard work and their efforts, not because someone comes to tell the president, sitting president, or the government that, well, we know of this person, the person is good, why don't you appoint the person? When it happens like that, we end up appointing people based on politics, based on someone who is loyal to the party instead of someone who can do the work. So I feel like when it has to do with elections, that has to do with the people within that municipality voting for a person that is capable. And that will have to do with the same thing when it comes to members of parliament. You vote for a member of parliament, you are in the same constituency with the person, and so you know whether the person is working or not. And that is why after every 4 years we have the chance to re-vote and re-pick someone that we feel that can do better than the previous member of parliament we had. So for me, election will go a long way to help us. We are going to vote for people that can do the work, people that are credible, and not people that because they've laid down their life and everything for the party, and so we just have to vote for them. Even you have to appoint the person, even if you know that this person is not good enough, you appoint the person. And you see, when the appointment happens, the president does not have the time to go around taking his time to know whether this person is good for the work or not. It has to do with the political leaders in that particular municipality coming up with the names, and then they will appoint them. You'll go for your vetting, and then you'll be appointed. And so for me, election is good. With election, we are going to vote for a credible person, and with election, a lot of people can come on board. 20 or 10 can come on board, and then they pick one person who is fit for the job.
Ms. Eugenia?
So there are certain positions that shouldn't be nominated. And I think it's best that they review it and give the people the mandate to vote for people they want, because they are on the same level with these people in their communities, in their society, and they know their strength and weaknesses. They know how best these people can run an institution. Oh, I know this person, you paid a bit my yes, a bit my that. But looking at the government, I don't know how they really nominate or elect these people themselves. I don't know if they do it based on hearsay.
Yeah.
I don't know if they do it based on who I know, because I'm not really getting it.
Yeah.
Looking at the presidents, we know we vote for these people. We know their potentials. But this is kind of skeptical. So I think they need to give the people the free will to vote for who they want. Yeah.
Who they think can actually do the job.
Exactly.
And these people are actually appointed by the president, and I'm wondering how, based on what criteria
exactly
do they elect?
I'm sure they just check,
appoint these.
They just go through their CV and
CVK. Sometimes CVs can be very deceptive.
You know, right?
I can use ChatGPT to write something nice, but what I am, but my actions.
You know, there are some people who can make their CV very manipulative and kind of interesting.
Nice.
But they can't do anything. But there are others who would put it on paper, they are not really that bad.
Shabby CV, but good.
But they are very good.
So please, they are calling that they should speed up constitutional review, the amendment, so that people can have the pleasure and also the privilege to elect or vote for their MMDCs rather than the president appointing them. It is what it is. This is it. Thank you so much for joining us on the news review. Up next, we have Today in History with Miss Regina Bless.
Bringing you Today in History and some few global observances live on GhanaTalks Breakfast Show. On this day in 1964, Malawi officially gained its independence from British colonial rule, formerly known as Nyasaland. The nation became a fully independent member of the Commonwealth under the leadership of Prime Minister and later First President Hastings Kamuzu Banda. On this day, 1967, Nigerian Civil War began, also known as the Biafran War. Following the secession of the southeastern region, which declared itself the Independent Republic of Biafra, this deadly 3-year conflict was rooted in deep ethnic, political, and religious tensions, resulting in devastating humanitarian crisis, famine, and mass displacement. The struggle concluded on January 15, 1970, when Biafran forces surrounded and the region was reintegrated into Nigeria. The war claimed an estimated 1 to 3 million lives, the vast majority of whom were civilians and children who died from severe starvation during the blockade. To explore the comprehensive history of the secession and the geopolitical factors surrounding the conflicts. 1975, Comoros became independent. The Comoros, made of Grand Comore, Anjouanan, and Mohili, unilaterally declared independence from France, while 95% of the archipelago voted for independence in 1974 referendum. Mayotte voted against it and chose to remain a French territory. To some few global observances, we have International Kissing Day. It celebrates kissing as a universal expression of love, intimacy, and human connection. It highlights the joy of affectionate gestures between romantic partners, friends, and family, while also recognizing the proven mental and physical health benefits of kissing. So today is a day for you to kiss your partner and your friend or any loved one. It's a form of intimacy and building a tighter connection. So everyone should expect a kiss. Lastly, National Air Traffic Control Day. It honors the unsung heroes of aviation who safely managed thousands of aircrafts, first established in 1986 by President Ronald Reagan. It marks the anniversary of the United States Air Traffic Control System. And that's all for today on Today in History and some global observances live on GhanaTalks Breakfast Show.
Thank you so much, Miss Regina Bless. As she said, we are expecting a kiss, so maybe we should come to your various homes to give you a kiss. Up next, we have Debbie's Girl.
Welcome to Debbie's Girl, where we talk about issues that matter to the state, void of politics, fear or favor. The Minister for Education, Haruna Idrisu, has announced that Ghana's revised national curriculum will place greater emphasis on digital literacy and practical skills to better prepare learners for technology-driven future. He disclosed that National Curriculum Review Committee is expected to submit its final report within next 2 weeks, paving the way for the official launch of the new curriculum. According to the minister, the reforms will introduce robotics, electronics, artificial intelligence, and coding at the basic level, while strengthening practical skills and ethical values in early childhood education. Mr. Idrisu said the initiative forms part of the government's broader agenda to equip young people with the knowledge and competences needed for innovation, employment, and the future world of work. Beyond the curriculum reforms, the minister expressed concern over rising indiscipline in schools, particularly at the senior high school level, cautioning that such behavior undermines effort to improve the education sector. He cited recent destruction of CCTV cameras at Prempeh College in Kumasi, allegedly by some students, describing the incident as disturbing and unacceptable. So this is from the Minister for Education, Honorable Haruna Idrisu. It says there will be a revised curriculum to introduce AI, robotics, and coding at basic level. So this is not going to be the normal school where you go to learn. You learn things about technology. There is nothing like practice. So when it happens like that, it means we are rather consuming technology instead of we being producers of technology. So why don't we just introduce AI and robotics, practical systems in education from the basic level to the upper level. So by the time you get to the university, you know how to create, you know how to come up with your own robotics, you know how to come up with technological equipment that is going to help you and also help the nation as well. And we take countries like China, we take other countries that are so much into coding, that are so much into creating robots and everything that has to do with technology. I can boldly tell you that they are making it big time. They are making it big time. The countries who are not taking this robotics and coding system seriously, when it happens like that, they will become the main producers. We ends up becoming the consumers. We consume whatever they produce, and they are going to make a lot of gain, because the more you consume their products, the more they make enough money, and then you get stuck. So for me personally, I feel this is a good one. We are not only going to learn about how this whole thing works, how you are going to create that, how you are going to do this, and then you don't even practice it. That is what is normally common in our education system. They teach you the thing. Our education system has to do with theory. The theory is 99.9%, and the practical is somewhere like 5%. So you learn more of the theory than the practical, and that is why we have a lot of people today. They have the what it takes, but they cannot produce more. They cannot be effective. Why? Because it is chew and pour, pass and forget. But there is nothing like you practicing it, you knowing how to do it yourself, and then becoming useful. When it happens like that, it becomes useful to you as a being. And then you become useful to the nation. Maybe you don't know. I'm telling you, in the next 5 years, if we should talk about people who are making more money, and that's to do with people who are into this robotic stuff, that's to do with bringing out their own, creating their own apps, creating robotics, this coding and all that. Those are people that are going to make or earn money in the next 5 years. There is money in it, I'm telling you the truth. And that is if we are going to take this serious. And I like the fact that they're going to start with this course right from the basic level. So a student from primary through to JHS, through to the senior high school, through to the tertiary, by the time you get to the tertiary level, you know all the basics. So it becomes so easy for you when you want to dive more into that particular sector. It becomes so easy. And I just hope that it is not going to be on paper. It is something that it will happen. There've already been a program, the coding program, where a lot of people have registered schools, from the senior high schools, and I think even JHS students, you register, they teach you how to create your own systems, apps, and all that. Anything that has to do with robotics and everything that has to do with coding, they teach you all that. And I learned they even give you the equipment and sometimes something like startup. So I thought this will really help us, because trust me, we are in a technological world. The world is evolving, and as the world evolves, new things are coming up. And in this era, we are in the era of technology. Everything is technology. Whatever you do is technology. So you are left behind if you are not trying your possible best to catch up with the fast pace when it has to do with technology. And now every country wants to, they want to do something. They want to involve themselves. So we also need to do it. Because see, it will be a plus to us as a country if we also develop an app, like just like the way we have the WhatsApp, like just like the way we have the Facebook, just like the way we have the TikTok. It will be a plus if we also develop an app like that, and the whole wide world is using it. Do you know what that means to the country? It means a lot. So we can equally do it. And it's not about coming up and saying you are introducing robotics and coding. We need to provide the necessary tools and equipment that the schools need to teach the students. Because if you introduce a topic like that in a curriculum and they are teaching the students, and there is no equipment or tools that will help them teach the student, then it costs 90 log 1. These are practical subject. That is not theory, it's practical. When you learn, you practice. You learn, you practice. You learn, you practice. That is how it is. But when the equipment, the necessary equipment, the necessary tools are not there, it makes it difficult. And so just like we want to introduce this in a basic level, I hope we are going to produce or help this schools get the needed equipment, the needed tools to make learning and teaching easier. Because when the tools are there, when you have the tools and everything ready, it makes studies interesting. In fact, it boosts your morale to learn more. But when there is nothing and it has to do with you learning directly from the book without practicing, it makes it frustrating. It's like you're wasting your time. It's just like you being in a school where your IT teacher is teaching you about the computer, the keyboard, the mouse, it functions, and then you've never seen a computer before, you've not seen a mouse before, and it makes it annoying. Ask yourself, what at all are they teaching? Because if your teacher is teaching you keyboard, you need to have a feel of the keyboard. Okay, this is how a keyboard looks like. So in case you go somewhere, you see a keyboard, you're not going to refer the keyboard to something else. You know this is a keyboard. When you see a mouse, you know this is a mouse. When you see a monitor, you know this is a monitor. When you see a system unit, you know this is a system unit. And so IT is not theory, it's practical. And that is why sometimes I feel very bad in remote areas where they teach IT, but there is nothing. There is nothing for this student to have a feel of practice on. I know that this is how it looks like, how to open a folder. How do you open a folder when there is no computer? It makes it difficult. But when the computer is right before the students, you teach the students, you make them practice it. It makes it so easier. Because sometimes you don't even remember what you study like in a book. But then when you are writing your exam or your paper, you remember that, oh, so the teacher said you click on an empty space, a menu will pop up, you click on a new folder, and then you get your folder. So when it happens like that, like, it makes you recollect faster than even reading directly from your book. So that is it. It's not only about theory. So for us introducing robotics and coding, AI and all that in our basics level, I feel like this is very, very good. But we need to provide them with the necessary tools and the necessary equipment as well. This shouldn't be on paper. It should be manifested. We want to see it. It is good that we also train people. We cannot continue to be consumers of technology. We need to be producers as well. So this is a plus, and I hope that I hope it will manifest. And as I said, it's not going to be on paper. It is going to work. And I hope one day also come up with an app where the whole wide world will be using. For me, I believe there is nothing difficult. So long as you set your mind to do it, it's a plus. It will definitely come to pass. Thank you for making time with me on the screen.
Thank you so much for making time with us on the first segment of the GhanaTalks Breakfast Show. Hope you did enjoy yourself as we brought you relevant stories. And this morning, we'll be going for the news shortly. And right after the news, we'll be back for the second segment. Make sure you stick and stay with us.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with GhanaTalks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With GhanaTalks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. GhanaTalks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. GhanaTalks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries.
Koko Nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on GhanaTalks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare,
Regina Bless,
Deborah Adoso,
and I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is GhanaTalks Breakfast Show. What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries.
Koko Nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on GhanaTalks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare,
Regina Bless,
Deborah Adoso,
and I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is GhanaTalks Breakfast Show.
We bring you local news, business news, international, sports, and entertainment news. Right here on GTR.
Hello, good morning, and welcome to the morning news update on GhanaTalks Radio. Coming up this morning, the Ghana Medical Trust Fund is set to establish 3 cardiology centers across the country and a major push to boost heart care. In politics, the new patriotic party's Otribafi has flagged discrepancies in the implementation of the 24-hour economy, while government says it is seeking land in Achime Boakwa for a major palm processing factory. The Chihin is demanding greater focus on teacher welfare and the completion of road projects as government pledges uneven development across all districts, and in business, consumer spending showed mixed performance in the first quarter of 2026, with cement sales declining by 10.7%. We have full details on these stories and more coming up shortly. The Ghana Medical Trust Fund is set to facilitate the establishment of 3 new cardiology centers across the country in a major push to improve access to specialized healthcare. The initiative is aimed at reducing the burden of cardiovascular diseases. According to officials, the 3 centers will be strategically located to serve patients in the northern, middle, and southern belt of the country. The Trust Fund added that partnership with the Ministry of Health, teaching hospitals, and international health institutions will be key to staffing and running the centers effectively.
Healthcare is one of the greatest investments any nation can make in its people. A healthy population is more productive, and communities can contribute meaningfully to national development. Yet, despite the remarkable progress Ghana has made over the years improving access to healthcare, one challenge continues to confront us with increasing urgency: the growing burden of chronic, non-communicable diseases, such as kidney disease, various forms of cancer, cardiovascular diseases, stroke, diabetes, sickle cell diseases, and other chronic illnesses that demand long-term treatment and continued financial support. This is the reality that inspired His Excellency the President to establish the Ghana Medical Trust Fund. Although the Trust Fund is still in its early stages, we have made significant progress within a relatively short period. As part of this commitment, the Ghana Medical Trust Fund is facilitating the establishment of 3 state-of-the-art cardiac centers at Korle Teaching Hospital, the Komfanoshi Teaching Hospital, and the Tamale Teaching Hospital. Beyond these investments, we continue to pursue strategic partnerships that will further expand access to quality, specialized treatment for Ghanaians living with the chronic, non-communicable diseases.
The administrator emphasized that the policy is made up of 3 pillars. That is the financial support, investment in critical medical equipment, training specialists in health by getting medical professionals, and then support medical research. And they also appeal to Nanan to get involved in reaching out to our people, to go and preach the gospel to our people. So it is my hope that when we go back, especially the regional presidents, organize forums for your regional houses of chiefs and to share your experiences here for them, so that they can also go back to the various traditional areas to preach the gospel.
The ranking member of the Trade, Industry and Tourism Committee, Michael Tribafi, has shown his support behind initiatives aimed at accelerating industrial growth, although he claimed the current 24-hour economy is not the same model originally presented by President Mahama. He affirmed his support to policies that create jobs and boost manufacturing. In a live discussion, he cited the Tema Integrated Industrial Park as an example of the kind of investment needed to transform the economy.
I think it makes good sense to me. I mean, you know, I'm a Ghanaian, and for that matter, I believe that Ghana must see growth and progress. Therefore, anything that will help Ghana to get to the next level, I support it wholeheartedly.
Right.
And I've always said to the 24-hour economy guys that the concept that was advertised by the president prior to the election 2024 is not the same concept we are practicing now. That's a fact. No, the president promised us whether we understood him or not. I'm talking about speaking for the lay person who doesn't understand English or who doesn't understand the concept of 24-hour or who had not read the concept notes. The person only understood the president to mean that when they win power, they are going to create one job for 3 people and it's going to be on 3 shifts. That's all that we knew. You understand? They don't know anything about now you're going to. So what people were expecting, whether it is the truth or not, that when they win power, they will start setting up businesses or create, and that will create employment for 3 people to run on 3 shifts at least, so that they will be successful.
The Chief of Staff, Julius Deborah, has announced that government is in search of land within the Achime Boako traditional area for the establishment of a major palm processing factory. Speaking on behalf of the President at the 2026 Ohun Festival in Chebi, Mr. Deborah said the project forms part of government's broader agenda to industrialize agriculture and boost job creation in the eastern region. He appealed directly to the Ochihin, Osagyefo Motio Foripenyin, and other traditional leaders to support the initiative.
And then content Emma, yes, and also Emma Oshima. Now, also, it's my you have to say, if then is a book as a year, and now your chef and I say, Yami the Casa, the Casa, Yami and Chedas is support. I say, we are separate now. I did about Papa yet say the apple, and I did red gold. A year and wood. It was made far to and you said, when one unknown near him for a casa, now can you be as a city at all. Now, ya Shadia, a friend said, or Chimay or a palm plantation. If they say, enterprise anyway, if you now, Ben up. And yeah, I pay who I said you want penny. Then near my idea pay who will investigate the value chain of oil palm and not the picture of cry. Now, can you say, she was said, yeah, and feel you near that so, but dear now, or something for shots and now I buy son, I say, and then now somebody and that you want for just pay, yeah, I give any my idea, and then now smart factory, every process, and I bet you would be the any. Cooking oil and then now some on the back. It's always a lady, among the need to have a Yama, Evanso, or something. Say, you different area. You will say, you won't step further. Only Nahim Financia, Nasa Sigantia, Mubenyam, Menu of them, Obama Socia, a fire as I say a fossil. My share, if it is a Chima or a plantation, they are shouting. Yamishramu, no share with the Upon Swa, a bonfire ma or Sajifu, then Yamin Mano Patricia, when they will, Oman Yasa out the good in my amount for Luswa at all. Yadamasi, Yamishramu. Amen.
The Ochihin Osagyefo Motio Foripenyin in response urged government to consider the teaching profession as a top national priority. The respected traditional ruler described teachers as key change agents responsible for shaping and nurturing future generations. He noted that investing in teachers goes beyond salary. Instead, it should include proper teaching resources to boost morale and performance in classrooms nationwide.
Unse sabe one teaching class here on dashes who the benda and akwala ofi na napa obeko school no apasi wasi no akɔ nkran ana akɔ secondary school bi ansa na be yi enka na ntisa enti ɔman no ayɛ tim no ɛsɛ ma teacher fo no onyam ɛdɔso because yɛn nyinaa na teacher fo a agani ba bi ti ɛna na akɔ so me kɔpɔ dwuma bi na ma nye bi dia me ba kɔ akɔkyerɛ deɛ saa yɛn ma teacher fo ho asɛm hia yɛ ɛsɛ wɔn no ma yɛn nyinaa bɛyɛ akrakyefo wɔn na ma yɛn nyinaa ma yɛsua adeɛ na wokɔ nkurokuro sɛ Singapore no ma teacher fo adwuma no ɛna fam. They are well respected. Malaysia is Itiamwa Benija, they say Singapore for any Malaysia for South Korea. Ukobi sounds there. And dear men and Maya Ukro, it will ye on Kanyama Milu, Suku Sem and infrastructure. Infrastructure mini acquiring I be to Kromua, near to me a faso, near to my economic life. I and you are buying your Bibia, Omomonia, baby, Sika will be Uncle Baby. Now, contractors now, and then Minister Crab will fool. Yamon Juma, young has all by your. Now, Juma no yellow half. Now, I'm a summer coin. They fear Uni. I tell you, a Kunipa, as a forecast. Yet, Minister of Roads, a contractor. Yamani sika bebre aye ni tia ekwa no so onyo enti esra mo me kasa na contractors no so onyo wodjuma na timafo so ohun to na ochiman etias wa ewo wutirimu se o pese untumi ni ochiman na ati o kwa no afa wahirima ene untuma ene portmanteau na okọ na won't make us a corner, would in Krobi Kawako. Any Emma so, yeah, Mount Quine, no be anti as Damasi.
In related news, the Ministry of Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs has reaffirmed government commitment to ensuring firm balanced development across all districts. Speaking at the Home Festival, Mr. Ahmed Ibrahim said the administration is rolling out policies designed to bridge development gap between urban and rural areas, as well as between resource-rich and resource-poor districts. Under the current plan, priority will be given to infrastructure, water, health, education, and local economic projects in areas that have historically lagged behind. He also called on traditional leaders to partner with government in monitoring projects and ensure resources are used transparently at the local level.
Last month, on Penina Kasapa Kufurudia Kunta, or 7 debt fund projects, and Nuna debt fund Ayanua, and Nunca almost 500 million way are making, and can't have insurance make and Ghana central government any point and university can see our eastern region on one oil and Ghana School of Engineering and University for the Development. Where are you different? Nana on himself, development and community. Nanse uwo omanpenyini amanyokua sam punto si omwaniswa or the Sikapa now abetuja. No, this shows the kind of accountability Ghana man penyere or person oye. Nana wa manansi ho or si mansri assembly man for wasase otio muka. Nana no mwa modia no so unim de waye afawo. Chimai ni or chihne enkam. Enti nana near His Excellency Eka Enono. Kakra midi years and another one with him. Waka ahinsen any sooner them any amambo akaho a tripod chieftaincy, religious affairs, and local governance. Nana ye nani say Bibia and what Ghana man penisa or the purpose or the book Ghana minor or the vegetable so I'm will be a na afi baako nifa a mabɛtena nkonnwa mu no nana wama sene akrakyefo mu South Eastern region no adwuma a ɔmu bɔ no ɛnkyɛ yɛa bɛba ɔmu de bɛtu dwa ɛm sɛ yɛba akɔfɔrebia no ɛndeɛ na ɛyɛ mmerɛ tiawa na wei deɛ yɛba mansene aba obiara ho na naano Ghana mampanyini ma yɛkyerɛ krataa kɔma assembly DC foɔ no sɛ ɔmu mfa nkonnwa nananom ahemfo assemblymen members of parliament ɛnka amammuo no na deɛ ɛkɔ bia obiara anim deɛ akyire nana deɛ yɛka nyinaa ne sɛ we are building the Ghana we want together.
In business, consumer spending proxied by domestic value-added tax collections and retail sales posted a mixed performance in March 2026. The May 2026 Monetary Policy Report of the Bank of Ghana revealed. This is compared with the corresponding period in 2025. According to the report, domestic VAT collections increased by 35.7 on a year-on-year basis to 2.64 billion from 1.521 billion Ghana cedis. Cumulatively, total domestic VAT for the first quarter of 2026 went up by 20.8% to 5.818 billion Ghana cedis, compared with 4.815 billion for the corresponding period of last year. Retail sales moderated by 1.9% year-on-year to 262.84 million in March 2026, down from 268 million Ghana cedis. Conversely, on a month-on-month basis, retail sales improved by 13.2% in March 2026 from 232.25 million in the preceding month. In cumulative terms, retail sales from the first quarter of 2026 went up by 5.0%. Activities in the manufacturing sub-sector, gauged by trends in the collection of directed taxes and private sector workers, contributions to the Social Security and National Insurance Trust Pension Scheme improved in March 2026. Total direct taxes collected increased by 40.6% year-on-year to 12.269 billion in March relative to 8.724 billion recorded in a similar period in 2025. Cumulatively, total direct taxes collected for the first quarter of 2026 went up by 20.4% to 22.880 billion from 18.959 billion for the same period in 2025. In terms of contributions of the various sub-tax categories, corporate tax accounted for 65.7%, income accounted for 20.9%, while other tax sources contributed 13.4%. Activities in the construction subsector proxied by the volume of cement sales declined by 10.7% in March to 226,629.10 tons. This is down from 253,754.47 tons recorded a year ago. However, on a month-on-month basis, total cement sales increased by 11.7% in March 2026 compared with 202,855.19 tons recorded in February 2026. To sports, Black Stars head coach Carlos Queiroz has bid an emotional farewell to Ghana following his stint with the Black Stars, reflecting on his tenure with a call for long-term structural improvement in the country's football development system. In a Facebook post addressed to Ghana, Queiroz said, "Football, like life, teaches the lesson that you either win or learn." Queiroz stressed that the future success of the team would depend not only on a field performance but also on strong institutional support and preparation structures. Queiroz stressed gratitude to the leadership of the Ghana Football Association for the chance to manage the national team. He also praised the players and technical staff for their commitment and dedication during his term. Turning to supporters, he acknowledged that the team did not achieve full sporting satisfaction, but insisted that progress had been made in restoring respect for the Black Stars on the global stage. He concluded with a message of hope for the future, thanking the country, the journey, and to the future. Cures was unveiled on April 23rd by the Minister for Sports and Recreation following the departure of Otuado, and was tasked with leading the Black Stars to the 2026 FIFA World Cup. In showbiz, Ghana has been selected to host the 70th session of the United Nations Tourism Commission for Africa in 2027, a significant achievement expected to reinforce the country's growing influence in continental tourism and international diplomacy. The successful bid positioned Ghana at the center of Africa's tourism discussion and is expected to bring together ministers responsible for tourism, policymakers, industry leaders, investors, and development partners across the continent to deliberate on strategies for advancing sustainable tourism. The announcement was made by the Minister for Tourism, Culture and Creative Art, Ablaji Fagomashi, in a post on Facebook page following Ghana's successful bid. Presenting Ghana's case before member states, the minister expressed appreciation to the General Secretary of United Nations Tourism, as well as the Minister for Tourism and Culture of Seychelles, which hosted the current session, for the opportunity to present Ghana's proposal. She said Ghana's ambition to host the meeting reflects the country's determination to promote tourism as a key driver of economic growth, cultural diplomacy, regional integration, and sustainable development across Africa. In making Ghana's case, the minister highlighted the country's rich historical and cultural assets, vibrant creative art, peaceful democratic environment, and internationally recognized hospitality industry. The minister added that delegates attending the conference would have the chance to experience Ghana's unique cultural diversity through its festivals, music, dance, traditional cuisine, art and craftsmanship, while exploring some of the country's leading tourist destinations. She said the meeting would also provide a significant platform for government, tourism experts, investors, development institutions, and creative industry players to assess Africa's tourism progress and develop practical strategies to unlock the sector's enormous economic potential. The minister assured member states that Ghana possesses the infrastructure, hospitality, security arrangement, and organizational capacity required to successfully stage an international gathering of such magnitude. On global update, insurgents stage attack on army possessions across Mali and the northern town where government and Russian fighters are based, and in a town of South capital, the latest threat to the landlocked Sahel nations embattled leaders. They also stretch from the northern cities and towns of Anafis and Gao to sovereign central Mali. In the south, the Malian armed forces said in a statement. A spokesperson for Tuareg-led rebel group, the Zawad Liberation Front, told Reuters it was involved in the attacks. In a statement published late on Saturday, the regional Al-Qaeda affiliate Jamal Nusrat al-Islam wal-Muslimin also acclaimed responsibility. It says it has struck and seized control of at least 7 positions manned by the army and other pro-government fighters. The Zawad Liberation Front, up for a coordinated high-profile operations in April, hit the airport in Bamako and killed the defense minister. Mali's army said in a statement the soldiers had repelled Saturday's attack and that the situation was totally under control. adding that 20 terrorists had been killed in Savri and 6 in Gao. It said one pro-government fighter was killed and 4 others injured. The Azawad Liberation Front spokesperson Mohammed Al-Mulad Ramadan said the group's fighters had entered an office in the northeastern Kidal region. Government and Russian troops were deployed after the April attacks, having previously been driven from strategic town of Kidal. A local official said gunfire and rocket attacks targeting a military camp had continued since before dawn, though it was not immediately clear who was responsible. A resident told Reuters that early morning gunfire was followed by 4 large explosions in the west of the city around 8 a.m. local time. Sources spoke on conditions of anonymity for safety reasons. A government spokesperson did not immediately respond to a request for comment. The attack highlights failure of Mali's military leaders who seized power in coups in 2020 and 2021 to deliver improved security, they promised. Jihadist violence has also rocked neighboring Burkina Faso and Niger, which Mali have turned to Russia for security assistance. And that's it on the morning news update. Do want to log on to all streaming platforms at GhanaTalks Radio for more news stories. I am Deborah Adoso. Good morning.
To amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond. Partner with GhanaTalks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With GhanaTalks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. GhanaTalks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. GhanaTalks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast. French fries.
Koko nikosi alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues,
entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare,
Regina Bless,
Deborah Adoso,
and I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show, your morning companion.
Ghana Talks Radio. Ghana Talks Radio. #1.
This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show, your morning companion. This is GhanaTalks Breakfast Show, your morning companion. Yes, we promise to be your morning companion every morning right here on the show from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. And this is the GhanaTalks Breakfast Show, your favorite online radio station you can carry along wherever you go. Remember that you're streaming live on Facebook at GhanaTalks Radio, on YouTube at GhanaTalks Radio, and also on X at GhanaTalks Radio. Do all to log on, send in your comments. Let's get interactive right here on the show. And we are supposed to be delving into the second segment of the show, but you know how we do it. Yes, we'll be looking at a few news headlines before we delve into that. The ladies will be joining me right here in the studios as we delve into it. This morning I have in the studios Miss Debbie Adoso and Miss Regina Bless. Yes, I stole them away from breakfast briefly. Good morning once again.
Good morning.
Away from breakfast?
No.
Or today no breakfast?
There will be.
There will be breakfast. Definitely there's going to be breakfast. Yes, so Regina was telling me a story of how she ended up at the Gen screen to go and watch a football match. She wasn't happy with how the players were doing their turns. And then this couple came to step on her leg. Like, we have to look for those couples.
Exactly.
Please.
The way I just looked at them with bombastic side, I was like,
If you could kill, then you've killed somebody.
Could have killed a lot.
Right, so Miss Regina went to watch Giants. She invited me, but I like my bed a lot.
I know, right?
I like my bed a lot, so I was like, no, babe, you go and come, okay? She went and then she came back with an injury on her leg. Assuming I was there, maybe I would have saved her. But all the same, it's all good. This morning we are here and we'll be looking at some interesting news headline. But the paper review you did, what was so catchy in there that you think we should know, apart from the NAFCO arrears and then all of that, no degree to nowhere. And on that particular issue, we've seen some analysts and some educationists also coming out to debunk what the former minister for education said particularly about that. And also I saw in the news this morning that an old lady, 75 years, has been arrested for, is it cocaine?
75.
I was like, 75 years. She wrapped it in plantain leaves. I was like, oh my God. But it does what it is. Let's look for the story of the old lady. That is, I was confused. I was like, old lady, 75 years, and then like you were able to take. Okay, so he's not 75 years, so he's 65 years. 65. A 67-year-old grandma arrested with 13 kg cocaine hidden in fake plantain pills in Nigeria.
Nigeria.
Oh, my dear, in Nigeria is quite unfortunate.
And I don't know if you also saw a police woman who has been, I don't know if she has been interdicted. So apparently one guy went to lodge a complaint, but this police woman was acting so nonchalant. And this young man started taking a video, and a policeman put phone. I said, if you don't stop what you're doing, I'll use the stone to hit you. So
yeah, and I said that's why I saw on TikTok Raf. Yes, we saw him putting some people in their place. They were dumping rubbish. One man was dumping coconut hacks, and also the old lady. And also the old lady dumping refuse in there.
I think it's quite sad to see that, but these people know very well that what they are doing is bad. And say we will still continue to be in this mess when it comes to flooding. So we have to put pity aside and discipline these people. I think he needs to arrest, not he arresting them, but the right officials needs to go and arrest these people, so that it will set as a deterrent to other people.
Yeah, he's doing a great job, but I think the way
insult and the approach,
the way he's going about it is
you should understand that when it comes to Africans, gentle parenting doesn't work. You need to be very harsh.
But the insult is too much.
Yeah, I get it.
It's too harsh. Yeah, so I've just got a call that one of my guests are in. So thank you so much, Miss Regina. I think you are done. I can relieve you now. We'll be back shortly right after this.
Your morning star, right? News, views, inspiration, and great conversations. From Accra to the world, we bring the fresh stories, fresh energy every morning, full of fire and glory. Rise and shine, come join the line. Your day begins when the voices align. GhanaTalks breakfast show. GhanaTalks breakfast show. Your daily dose, here we go. GhanaTalks breakfast show. GhanaTalks breakfast show. Only on GhanaTalks radio. Turn it up and stay tuned for the talk that moves you and keeps your heart in tune. From the traffic to the trends, we got something for your day. Every voice, every vision, lighting up the way. Rise and shine, come join the line. Your day begins when the voices align. GhanaTalks breakfast show. GhanaTalks breakfast show. Your daily dose, here we go. GhanaTalks breakfast show. GhanaTalks breakfast show. When you see the cause of day, where the spark inside the flame, from the first light to the last mile, stay with us a while. GhanaTalks breakfast show. GhanaTalks breakfast show. Your daily dose, here we go. GhanaTalks breakfast show.
Yes, this is GhanaTalks Breakfast Show, your morning companion. Yes, I'm your morning companion, and this morning I've taken you through from 7 o'clock, and we are going to continue the journey till 10 o'clock a.m. right here on the GhanaTalks Breakfast Show, right here on GhanaTalks Radio. This is your favorite online radio station. I keep saying it's your favorite online radio station because how can you get an online radio station that you can carry along wherever you go? You can be in any region. You can be in any part of the world at all. All you need is data. Just get a smartphone. All you need is data. Just download the app and you are good to go. And also, if you want to watch us live, all you need to do is just follow us on our social media platforms. We are streaming live on Facebook at GhanaTalks Radio, on YouTube at GhanaTalks Radio, and also on X at GhanaTalks Radio. And yes, be like the other FM stations that when you go to another constituency or you go to another region, they'll give you a different number that, tune into this number, please. It's your favorite online radio station. You take it along wherever you go. And this is your morning companion. And this is the GhanaTalks Breakfast Show. Right, this morning, we are delving straight into the second segment of the morning show. And as you know, we don't do it alone, but we come along with knowledgeable guests who are going to be delving into the issue. They are going to be sharing their perspective and their opinions on issues that matter to you every morning right here on the show. And this morning, our long time no see guest is in the studios this morning, and we are going to be delving into the show. It promised to be educative and very insightful right here on the GhanaTalks Breakfast Show. Let me introduce our prodigal guest, if I must say. This morning we have Mr. Gauso Zamani, the NDC Communications team member, right here in the studios with us. And we'll be having Enoch Ake, the NPP Communications team member, joining us shortly right here on the show. Mr. Zamani, For quite some time now, I haven't been seeing you.
Yes.
And one question I keep asking is, what is happening? Has it been posted? And now, chicken for your That is one question I keep asking myself because it was like, it's been a while I saw you right here in the studios. Anyways, good morning to you.
Good morning.
You're welcome to the studios.
Thank you so much.
It's good to have you this morning.
Thank you. Myself, I miss the team here.
Oh,
I miss the team. It's been a while.
It's been a while. Where have you been? You're looking for money, Anna.
Personally, I don't even know where I'm roaming. I don't know my direction. It looks like we've taken too much onto ourselves.
I see. It's good. It's good to be busy. Anything that brings money and impact society as well. It's very good to be there.
Yes,
and
yes.
it is what it is. I hope you were not affected by the flood.
By the grace.
By the grace.
By the grace, I wasn't affected.
My bad.
I wasn't affected. I wasn't affected.
We thank God that you are not one of those people who would lie to us that they were affected everything in their house is gone. But per report, we are hearing something else that, hey, your house in Lashibi is not flooded and nothing is gone.
I see. It's sad. This flooding issue has been something that we've spoken about it here quite some time. And it looks like it's high time we put the blame on authority aside and start taking responsibilities ourselves. I think if we should start taking responsibilities ourselves, our behaviors and things is going to tune a little bit. But if we always allude to the fact that anytime it happens, let's all turn the blame to authorities. Believe you me, it will happen again. When I was coming, the reason why I was a bit late, yesterday a message was sent all over that. So I was being very calculative on checking the weather, whether it will rain or not. So coming, I could see that it is very clouded at this side. So clearly showing that the rain is not going to stop anytime soon. So we ourselves have to change our attitudes. And then, some of the things that you hear and see people do, it's so appalling. It is the normal one that we know, the popular one that we all know, throwing refuse in waterways, building in waterways, and so on and so forth. And you see, blaming the authorities. The only extent that we can bring the authority in is assemblies that give permits to these people to build in the waterways. That's all. Aside that, the major ones, when you assess the problem very well, you could clearly see choked gutters, choked waterway. That is what is causing the flood mostly. People living in Odona and its environs. Look at this very big waterway. You get full to the max and even overflow. You go through to check. People have tapped in from all over.
Before you came in, I was talking about this with Miss Regina Bless, where I mentioned that we've seen Ralph. He is an advocate and also a socialist as well. We've seen him taking it upon himself to, make sure that he puts people in their places. Whereas we saw a video of one gentleman dumping coconut hacks into, I don't know if it's a drainage or an
it was a drainage. It was a drainage.
And also an old lady also throwing rubbish into the gutter right after sweeping in front of her store. And we've seen him, going about all of this. And we wish or we hope that if we should have more people of this sort, I think we should see some results.
Oh yes, you see, Raf's approach is something that personally I'm not too, on a normal day I wouldn't allude to. I wouldn't go for such approach. But you see, looking at our behavior and then the constant persistence of doing the wrong thing, I believe that is the best way to go. I even want us to take another path of getting the military involved. It is high time the military, if they stayed in the camp for long, let's bring them to town. Let's put them in these vantage points. Let them instill some discipline within the people. Let's give them roughly a year. Let them be in the town for a year. Believe you me, people are going to change. See, when you get to the stretch of Odona, enter into the rails, people have encroached. The guys sleep around. People have what this junkie, almost everything goes into the drain. People living in the area that sells around, they sell after they are done, they throw the rubbish in the gutter, and it shouldn't be so. It shouldn't be so. After this, government now have to divert funds that were supposed to be meant for another thing. Look at the amount of money that was released to be used to get relief items for people affected by this flood. Over 300 million Ghana cedis.
350 million.
350 million Ghana cedis. My sister, do you think this couldn't have built a 24-hour market in Absolute?
Exactly. Or even improve the drainage better.
You get me? But look at what we are doing now. We are using to buy foodstuffs. We are using to buy mattresses for people. You get me? So clearly showing that we, the people ourselves, have to change our attitude.
We have to change our
attitude. You get me? This actually, some time ago, in the ex-war government, Akufo-Addo was like, he was not going to, speed monies into clearing drainage if people do not change their attitudes. And sometimes when you sit back and look at it, it's very sad and appalling. Go to Alajo and see what is happening there. A very big drainage. People have thrown refuse and everything in there. And what do you want the authorities to do? You, the one living close to it, doesn't see the danger. Or no, what the baby no or who danger now.
So sad.
Oh.
Yeah, it's so sad.
Charlie.
And I think it's high time that churches also begin to advocate for this. You should start preaching about this, because these same people throwing rubbish into the gutters and also our drainage are Christians. They go to church every Sunday. So
Christians and Muslims, all of us,
and Muslim,
all of us, Christians and
everybody
Muslims
combined. So I think that it's high time that churches, the pastors also take it upon.
You know one thing about Ghanaians.
Preach about it.
Ghanaians,
we have been pampered too much.
I'm telling you, Ghanaians, too much. We want everything on soft. I'm just a girl. Ghanaians are behaving like just a girl. They don't want to feel the heat. Be on a soft and lighter note. It shouldn't be like that. Why do you think coming out of your house, the best place to dump your refuse is the gutter? And when these people are being taken on, you know the popular, enjoy manenka. Enjoy manenka. Enjoy manenka. Look at these abobuya and roaming, going all over, picking. This is where sometimes we will come in to blame the authorities.
Yeah.
Abobuya, they pick this refuse from people's houses, and when they don't even cover it. Before the person get to the destination where he's going to dump the views, almost half of it, if it's with the plastics and things, have been dumped on the roadside already. And it shouldn't be so.
It shouldn't be so.
The investment should be done properly.
Right.
How much are we investing in our recycling? You get me?
Yeah.
At a point, we need to migrate from these plastics to something, recyclable. Paper. You get me? Recently, I went to buy a food somewhere, and the packaging that was given to me was made out of maize, how do you call it? Husk. It was made out of it. And it's not like we are not producing maize in abundance. Yeah, that is what we do here. So if we are using the corn for or whatever we are using it for, the husk is also being used for something else. We are using paper for packages like this. So it is high time we migrate from these plastics and then go to something else, something that will not cause so much problem to the environment.
Exactly.
You get me?
Yeah. So that was Mr. Zamani's take on the issue of flood. Yes, it was said to have rained this morning, but we don't know what happened. But prepare yourself just in case it does. Right. So away from flood, we'll be getting into the issues. But before we get into the main issue, like I said earlier, there's been a backlash, especially when it comes to the former education minister, which was the previous administration. That is Dr. Yao Osei Educhum. And he's calling for a major review of university programs in Ghana, arguing that several courses being offered in tertiary institutions are not aligned with job opportunities in the labor market. And then he said that there is a growing mismatch between what universities teach and what the economy actually needs, leading to rising graduate unemployment. He explained that universities should base their programs on a clear national labor and market assessment, so students are trained for real job sectors such as engineering, health, and other priority areas. He criticized some courses, including development studies, development education, and BA education non-teaching, saying they do not clearly lead to specific job opportunities after graduation. And these schools offer these courses to attract students and also generate income. And he described this as a degree to nowhere. Well, he started nicely until he got to a point where he mentioned some courses that he said, these courses, degree to nowhere. They are not courses that they should be studied in the schools. We should take them off. Mr. Zamani, you happen to be in the tertiary sector, if I'm not mistaken. I stand to be corrected. Yeah, looking at the education system. But first off, looking at the courses that I've mentioned, he mentioned development education, development studies, and also BA in education non-teaching.
He said these courses should be reviewed. It's a degree to nowhere. You being in that field, tertiary education, you are there, you've had the experience, you know what is going on there, you've seen the courses. Do you think that some courses should be abolished, or you think that every course has its own relevance?
All right. Very personally, I have so much respect for the former education minister, Dr. Educhum. He's someone that I admire so much. You know, he always get the job done. That is him, and his level of thinking, and then the way he sees things is way beyond the average politician. And you see, when this issue actually came up, it is something that I personally found so much interesting, and I follow the story very well. And believe you me, if we are to look at our educational system and really match it to what the system is actually calling for, it is not only the tertiary sector that we need to look at when the reform is supposed to happen. We need to go down even to the kindergarten.
The basic level.
Yes, that is where we need to start from. And coming to our universities, believe you me, some of the programs that you enter the universities and then you hear them do, you clearly can see that the job market is not requesting for it locally.
No job.
That is fact. That is factually true. That the job market locally is not requesting for that. But on a broader note, Dr. Educhum was once the former education minister. And these programs have been running throughout the 8 years of their governance. Yeah. The question now comes back. In his tenure of government, what did he do about all this? You had the power to necessitate, the changes in some of these courses. If Educhum tell us that development studies is not a course, it's not a course for us to be studying in the university, it should come clear to us. You see, most of the courses that have been studied in the university, it is not about job sake of its study. It is about attitudinal. It is about mindsets.
The mindset.
So that is how some of these courses are centered. Imagine you are studying a course like African Studies, communication skills, but you opted to do probably engineering,
right?
But you are studying communication skills. On a normal day, who is engineering the any communication skills and boy brabia. But when you go down, you will know that no, after everything, at the end of your course of study, you will need good communication skills. There is a need for you to know what to do and what not to do at what particular point in time to help you do what, pursue whatever course that you are doing. At a point, you see engineering students studying accounting.
Yeah.
At a point, you see engineering students studying a bit of science. You see business students studying a little bit of what? Accounting.
I went to the university to pursue communication studies, and my courses came and I have to do statistics. I was like,
you see some of the programs you study, and it is way outside what you opted for.
But you still have to pursue.
You get me? But on a broader note, you could clearly see that whatever field that you find yourself at a point in time is going to necessitate some of these things that you will need them. So with what the education minister is saying, he should have given us more explanation just so we can understand. Yes, some of the courses we are studying, programs can be on a lighter note, but some of the courses itself on a broader note, you could clearly see that the job market is not seeking for it locally. You go to University of Ghana and you hear some of the programs they are doing, you enter the class, it is only 3, 4, 5 students there. And after they are done, there is no job for them. You get me? The nation is not even focused on what they are studying. You see that the opportunities in those courses are outside the country, and there's a need. Just as he said, and I want to applaud him for that. There's a need for us to assess our system and look at the request and center the programs that we are going to teach in our university. And it's not only the university. Let's start from the basis, the kindergarten. I want to applaud him for the introduction of the STEM education. Very fantastic. I think we need to institutionalize it. Let's take it down to the starting point, the kindergarten. Let's take it there. The mama, I am fine. Those things, it is past, gone past. Where you go to school, you sing from morning to evening. Those days, kindergarten, it has passed. Today, kids are being innovative. That is where the mind tuning should start from. If we're able to start from there, right to the university, I believe we can do some meaningful changes. But you see, when we get the opportunity, let's not politicize things so much. Exactly. I believe what's the former education minister is talking about is not something that has been seen today. Even in his time of government, he could have done something about it. But you see, the too much politicization of everything gets us where we are now.
Yeah, it gets us where we are.
So we only get to see the good things when we are in opposition. That is politician for you. What will help the country only when they are in opposition. So education minister, former education minister, I have so much respect for him and what he's speaking about. If this government should look at it and then, assess and then know what the system is really calling for. And last day, because see, most of my colleagues, some of my seniors will be done with school and then they will say, oh, Zamani Munamo, my buying was looking for jobs. Yeah. They're looking for jobs.
Well,
you get me? And it's serious.
He mentioned some courses. He mentioned development studies, development education, BA education on teaching, and he cited that these courses are degree to nowhere. Looking at the criteria of these courses, are they indeed degree to nowhere?
Development studies, I believe that is a no-no. Development studies is a good course.
Because
development studies is a good course. But I see BA what's teaching?
BA education non-teaching. That I do not understand.
BA education non-teaching. I think we should get the people from the colleges of education
to come and explain
this one for us. But as in development studies, I think you should come clear. If we say development study is not a good course, on hearing the word alone, development studies, it's actually develling you that there's a need for us to study something like this, not in a country where people take development for granted, where people don't have an idea of whatever is going on. And I believe if you are studying development, he should explain further.
Yeah,
you shouldn't just mention that development studies is not a good course. On what grounds is he saying development studies is not a good course?
Right.
You get me? If you are studying communication skills and development, the word development.
Yeah.
Oh.
That alone should tell you that it's a necessity that you need to study it. It's actually not the first time he has made such a comment per report and what I have read. It looks like he has made a comment about a particular course before, and that led to one student abstaining from that course. And the school had to call him and tell him that because of the statement he actually made, some students are withdrawing themselves from these courses. And I think that is quite unfortunate if we have a formal education coming out to pass certain comments about certain courses. What is he trying to insinuate, or what is he trying to say out there?
Now you see, I believe I don't know when the comments he passed earlier, was it when he was in government or before after he left government? After he left government.
And this interview was just
recently. That's fine. You see, that it boils back to what I was saying, that we only see the right things when we are in opposition. You get me? You had the nod, and even if educational minister thinks that there are some of the courses in the university that have outlived their usefulness, I don't think this is the right way to go
about
by being on radio or holding interviews and then trying to talk down on some of the programs that are being taught in the universities. And you see, our universities that we have here don't only serve the local people, they serve international students as well. So when you are making your comments, you need to be measured. I have sat in class with international students. I attended IPMC in Ghana here. We had people from across African countries that comes here to study. I mean, I'm in Akatanka University. I know how do you call it, francophone students that are in ATU. I know students from Sierra Leone that study 4-year program in ATU. You get me? And they are studying programs that I am studying. Procurement and supply chain management. some are studying engineering, some are studying MLS. You get me? So you cannot say that if the market here is not calling for the graduates studying this particular program, how about the outsiders? And we have Ghanaians that live here, go and study programs, and then come back to come and then give us whatever they've learned from the outside world. So with that particular one, I want to differ with the educational minister. I know I'm sure it wasn't taught broadly and then said, but you see, if it's about the course of study and there's a need for us to assess our system, let's base on assessing the system and then know what the job market is seeking for, and then start to change the system. But if we start talking down on courses or programs that are being taught in the university, then it looks like we've deviated away from what our educational institutions are there for. Educational institutions at large are business entities. You get me? They are business entities that are teaching. And they are not only feeding the government sector, they are also feeding the private sector too. You get me? Yeah. So let's look at the differences very well and be very cautious and measured in our comments. The former education minister is not just anybody. He's someone that we know is an expert in that particular field. So definitely if he says something, he will be taken in high esteem, and people will definitely go according to that.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Mr. Zamani. This is still the GhanaTalks Breakfast Show. What are also your views, or what are also your thoughts on what the former education minister said? Are some degrees irrelevant? Are some courses irrelevant? Are some courses leading us to degree to nowhere? What do you also think? You can share your thoughts with us in the comment section on Facebook at GhanaTalks Radio, on YouTube at GhanaTalks Radio, and also on X at GhanaTalks Radio. Right. At this juncture, I think we're delving straight into the main topic for discussion. This morning, we have two hot topics to talk about. That has to do with the former NAFCO CEO, and also if NDC is being a threat to the dominance of the NPP political party. These are the two topical issues we'll be looking at this morning. Now, we are going to delve into the first topic that has to do with the National Food Buffer Stock Company former CEO, Hanan Abdul Wahab Ali Duba, who was arrested at the airport while preparing to travel to the UK despite having obtained permission from the High Court to travel. And according to the Deputy Attorney General, Justice Srimsai, investigators alleged that Mr. Ali Duba had earlier attempted to use false means to access or empty funds from a frozen account at Republic Bank. And the Attorney General's office has also indicated it will ask the High Court to review the travel order. However, his legal team strongly disputes the allegations. They argue there was no valid court order freezing the account and have threatened contempt proceedings against the Attorney General, Deputy Attorney General, and the BNI, claiming the airport arrest violated a court's order permitting him to travel. So that means that there are two competing versions of this story. One from the council, from the former Buffer CEO, and also from the Attorney General as well. It's going to be a long week, I must tell you, because the legal battle has just started. Right, this is actually said to be a new development into this case, because he was first off picked up, his account was being frozen by Yoko. And the court has now granted him permission to go and seek for medical attention per reports with his optician in the UK. And he was set to leave on 5th July and come back 14th July. But unfortunately, due to certain allegations the Deputy Attorney General has made, that the suspects, forcefully decided to, withdraw money from accounts that has been frozen. So due to that, he was arrested at the Accra International Airport. What is your reading into this particular new development of the Buffer
All right. Thank you so much. Once again, I want to say good morning to our listeners and viewers watching us. I want to say good morning to the party faithfuls in Kolekolote. For the past 2 weeks, we've been working on a reorganization where we are holding our branch elections. And upon my checks, we are almost done with our activities. Of which last week Friday, I was up for an election where I was contesting for the branch youth organizer for within the Koliklote constituency. I see our next branch.
So what happened?
Fortunately, I went unopposed.
Oh,
yes.
Don't worry.
I am the newly sworn in branch youth organizer. OIC annex.
Hey.
so
congratulations to you.
Yes, thank you so much.
Nice.
So going forward, we're next in line is the constituency elections, and I actually have a brother that is contesting for the constituency deputy youth organizer. That is the next agenda in line for me. Right after that, we are going to the region.
Oh,
and
nice.
I have someone.
Nice.
I have a candidate, a very fierce candidate, a hard-working lady. Maida Osman contesting for Greater Accra Regional Deputy Secretary. So the agenda there, you will be on national knife day, primaries. Coming back to the matter at hand, which has to do
so
with.
So there's actually, before you proceed, there's actually a correction I need to make.
Okay.
So he was set to leave for UK on July 4th and return on 12th July. That was the time duration the court gave him.
That's fine. This is a case that has found interest within the public eye.
Exactly.
Because the person involved is someone that has served in government before, and this case is actually amplifying the voice of the ordinary Ghanaian, saying that politicians only come and then steal, and they decide to run away from accountability. You see, this case, which has to do with which involved the former National Buffer Stock CEO. Abdul Hanan, which actually involved his wife too.
Yeah.
When the case is being opened up broadly, on a fateful day when the Attorney General actually filed a suit or the affidavit against the National Buffer Stock CEO, we all saw what happened, where the legal battle was back and forth. But at a point, the Attorney General has to now withdraw the case and then file in another case, and which the previous case that was filed saw the freezing of some of his accounts and some properties, of which I'm sure you heard about it. Some properties in the northern region that was seized, and the court had hands on it. So upon the review of the bail conditions, which saw that the court actually granted leave for Mr. Hanan to travel outside. The court actually seized his passports, because we know individuals like this. The next moment you hear they have left the shores of the country, but there is a need for us to get these people around for them to face their stewardship, and I believe that Mr. Hanan is not an exception. So on the fateful day when Mr. Hanan filed the leave of the court to go and then just go travel for a medical, whatever. The Attorney General actually opposed it, of which.
Oh, he did?
Oh, yes, the Attorney General opposed it.
But the court still granted him.
Yes. Medical, matters of health are very serious, so you cannot, joke with it. So the court actually granted leave for Mr. Hanan to, leave the shores of the country to go and then seek medical attention. But you see, upon leaving the country to seek medical attention, does not give you the free will to do whatever you want, or to obey or to disobey the orders of the court. We all know the court has frozen your account,
which is the Adenta High.
Yes.
The Adenta Court.
Yes. No, the High Court. The Accra High Court. Yes.
Because per what I read, the court, and this was initiated by Iyoko. So, per what I have read, I'm getting to find out that it's actually the High Court.
Yeah, it's the High Court. You know, it's the High Court that granted leave for him to travel, and the same High Court also froze his account and even placed hands on some of his property. And you see, the circuit court do not have jurisdiction on some of these matters. You know, serious matters like this are being dealt in the High Court and Superior Court. So, upon freezing his account, should clearly shows that the money that is being accused of that have been stolen and being kept in this account should not be should not be a money that should be touched, because at the end of the day, if this case should come out that the states is going to win the case, then clearly shows that whatever amount that this particular person has stolen must now be be recouped back. So now that the court has granted leave for Mr. Hanan to leave the shore of the country and then go and then seek his medical attention, does not grant Mr. Hanan to do illegalities. Matters of legalities should be treated differently. I am not in that field, but my common knowledge in law is that when courts gives an order and you disobey it, it's a contempt. It's a contempt of the court. Why does Mr. Hanan thinks that now that the court has granted you leave or has given you your passport back to go and then seek medical attention, give or warrant you to touch an account that has been frozen? What at all is Mr. Hanan seeking, or what at all that Mr. Hanan wants that money for? My dear, today we are looking for Oforiata everywhere. We cannot see him. We've chased him to come back and account for his stewardship. He is nowhere to be found. We can mention other cases. We are looking for people that have stole government money to come and then account for it. They are nowhere to be found. Mr. Hanan, who is in same line, today is disobeying the order of the court to go and then touch money that has been frozen, just because you've been granted leave to travel. And you see, our security system is so tightened and strong that...
Would you say that we are now becoming aggressive when it comes
to
no,
it is not about...
We saw Ken Oforiatta leaving the country.
You see, Ken Oforiatta's case is different from this one. As and when Ken Oforiatta was leaving, was he standing trial at the court? That is what we need to look at. But this particular person is standing trial, of which his passport and whatsoever was seized and was being given back to him because he needed to seek medical attention. In Ken Oforiatta's case, we will have time for how do you call it, special prosecutor at the right time. But you see, this one that has to do with Mr. Hanan, he had no right or locus to go and touch the account, clearly telling us that if we had given him the chance to leave the country, Kebe will be married after 4 years. I'm telling you the gospel truth. If we had given Hanan the chance to leave, because he had passed the immigration check, he had passed custom check, and was going to board the flight.
Oh, really? That was how it happened.
He had passed this tweet and was going to board the flight. He has to take the intervention of, how do you call it, national security to apprehend him. Because this man has disobeyed the order of a court.
Right.
You get me?
But as it stands now, are there any physical evidence or are there any proof that indeed he wanted to withdraw? Because the account is frozen. How then are there receipts that he has withdrawn from the bank?
Very well. So if you could clearly see, they say he used dubious means.
Oh, okay.
He used dubious means.
What are these means?
As being said by the Deputy Attorney General. That is what the Deputy Attorney General tells. So the how do you call it? The post is on the Deputy Attorney General's page, of which I can read it for you. I can read the post for you.
Yeah.
So that we can have a fair
knowledge of how the whole issue or how the whole situation actually unfolded.
Yes. So kindly indulge me so that I open.
Yeah.
So his bank account and properties were frozen by the Economic and Organized Crime Office. And they are mandated to investigate, prevent, and prosecute specialized financial and economic crimes. And acting under IOCO Act 804, they initiated the forensic investigation into the alleged 78 million Ghana cedis NAFCO fund diversion. Have you found the...
Yes. So this was a post made by Justice Simsai on his Facebook page a day ago. He said, law enforcement officers have a while ago arrested Mr. Hanan Abdul Wahab Aludiba at the Accra International Airport. Mr. Aludiba, who is currently standing trial for stealing and causing financial loss to the Republic, was granted leave by the trial high court to leave to the UK for a few days. It was, however, Mr. Aludiba's attempt to use false means to empty his he didn't even want to just withdraw money. To empty.
Those are the words.
Yes, those are the words of the deputy attorney. To empty his frozen bank account with Republic Bank on Thursday, which occasions tonight's arrest. The Learned Attorney General will on Monday seek a review of court order which granted Mr. Aludiba leave to travel out of the country. You could clearly see this is not even a withdrawal. He tried to empty the bank account, which clearly is a court contempt, because a frozen account is a frozen account. Why didn't Mr. Aludiba go to Tamale and go and sell those properties that has been seized by the court, but decided to withdraw all money from this frozen account? So clearly telling us that if we had given the chance for Mr. Aludiba to leave this country, Ebo will be Majibia onto MPPs in power. I'm telling you. And this has been the normal behavior of the MPP, of which we all know one already. Oforiata, now he's seeking, permanent stay in the US. That is what he's seeking for. He was once on Interpost a red notice. He's been taken off. He's living freely. I was even told that he was in the stadium enjoying Ghana games, watching the football, even dancing over us again.
Hey,
you get
are there videos?
Oh, but if you are in the US and Black Stars is playing, you will definitely go and watch.
Of course.
Yes, he will definitely go and watch.
Ghanaian.
Yes, he will definitely go and watch. So that is what is happening.
Yeah.
So clearly showing that the former National Buffer Stock CEO went clearly against the order of court. And matters of legal must be treated differently. You can give your public opinion about it, and then again there's this argument that the case that was being filed earlier, which led to the frozen of his account and being withdrawn, and a fresh case being filed against him again, clearly shows that the frozen account has been defrozen, which is false.
So how do you juxtapose
which is clearly false? You see, if your account is frozen, or when the court, you see, every case that is being dealt in the court, there is a need for you to tender in an affidavit. So if you want the account to be unfrozen, there is a need for you to turn in an affidavit clearly the reasons why you want the account being unfrozen. When their Ashanti regional chairman, Chairman Wuntumi's account was frozen, we saw the process his lawyer used. The lawyer tendered in an affidavit where he stated that all Wuntumi's bank account has been frozen, and for that matter he has no access to finances, and there's a need for them to unfreeze some of his account. We saw the affidavit that was tendered in. Right. So the fact that the case has been withdrawn and the fresh case has been tendered in does not warrant that the bank account has been unfrozen automatically. No, it does not work like that. There is a need for you to tender in an affidavit showing that, oh, okay, now that the Attorney General have decided to withdraw from the case, so reason, you grant the leave of the court to unfreeze your client's bank account. So if the former NAPCO CEO's lawyer did not do due diligence by getting the court to unfreeze the account, but rather find dubious means to go and then empty this particular account, what is warranting you emptying the account? Let's look at the brain behind it. What is warranting you emptying the account? You were in government for 8 years. You did not empty this particular account. Only when you had a case with the states is when you decided to empty the account. And upon emptying the account, it is the one that has been frozen by the state. Let's look at the brain behind it. Think about it broadly. What is Mr. Anand trying to communicate to us in his silence? He's telling us that I want to empty this account so that if whatever you do to me, you do it to me. And that shouldn't be the case.
Right.
There is a need for people to face their stewardship. Udi Bonia, it was say, Emrano, and taking the full course. So, Mr. Hanan, apprehending him from the, how do you call it, airport, I want to commend the state security so much that we did not allow him to flee the country. That if we had made mistake to let him leave the shores of this country,
right. Thank you so much, Mr. Zamani, for that submission. Joining us this morning, we have Fojo, Mr. Fojo Enoch Ake, the NPP communications team member. He's joining us right here in the studios. Good morning to you, Mr. Fojo, and you're welcome to the GhanaTalks Breakfast Show.
Good morning, thank you.
Hope all is well. Can you get closer to the microphone? I want to hear you.
I'm very closer to the microphone.
Yeah, very clearly and loud.
Think.
Yeah, you seem calm this morning. What happened? Did you have a banter with a mate?
Calm. It's not easy. I'm bonny, but we just have to.
Yeah. So we are already on the issue of the National Buffer Stock CEO who was being arrested at the Accra International Airport yesterday, where the Deputy Attorney General said or alleged that he tried to empty his account with forceful means. What is your reading? What are your thoughts on this?
What is the main reason for the arrest? Is it going outside the country?
No.
Or the...
So
my brother is saying that it is good that someone who has done should not be allowed to run away. So let's not shift away from the substance.
No, you were not here from the beginning, so I don't think you got the full genesis of what.
You are late for a show. What you should be doing is apologizing, but not just to come in and then try to start a debate. You just walked in, and you cannot just take a 3 seconds, something you've heard me say for 3 seconds, and you want to comment on it. What I am expecting you to do now is to render an unqualified apology to the host for being late.
What I am saying is
for being late. Then you apologize to me for being late, but not to just jump
here.
Not
your
to just
comment
jump.
That you ended with was that
no,
it is good.
You cannot.
They did not allow him to run.
You cannot
because
you cannot just speak an ending and decide to talk.
No, but it is part of your comment.
What I expect
you didn't hear what he said from the beginning.
What I expect you to do now is to apologize to the host for coming. You see, this has been a behavior of his.
A norm.
This has been a norm. Thank you so much. I've been put on a show with him a couple of times.
Yeah.
You can continue
and anytime I come in and then he's extremely late.
I've been here a couple of times to before you.
It's 9:24. It's 9:24.
Anyways,
and I know
time
and
is
I
fast,
know.
man, so let's get
into
it.
So get him to speak on the matter. And let us know what his defense or what his counter arguments are, whatever what he's going to use to defend the said how do you call it a criminal.
Am I
the said criminal? Suspect? Yes, fine. Suspect, criminal, or whatever. Who had caused this nation so much? Whatever he wants, you should go ahead to say it.
All right, Mr. Fojo.
It is
now to you.
It is appalling and sad that this early morning in your studios you allow the gentleman call someone a criminal.
But you heard me correct him that he's a suspect.
It is appalling and sad that where we've got into in our democracy, where the laws of the country clearly tells us that you cannot call someone a criminal when the court has not pronounced that person guilty. What happened to innocence until how do we call it? We don't do that.
Right.
It is bad.
Yeah, Mr. Zamani has been corrected.
Good morning to everyone listening to us, and I would like to apologize for being late.
This time when you apologize, you bring a cow.
I think you have to add a strict something so that when I come, maybe you pay this amount whenever you are late.
Yeah, maybe a fine. So, Mr. Producer, anytime he not comes late, he'll be paying a fine now.
I want to get the court bill this thing, but I think I'm not getting it. Fair enough. I will not be here to defend anybody because I'm not part of any of the councils, and it is not my duty to defend.
But you happen to have be a law student, so I believe you might have more insight on the legal matters.
What happens is that you see, I think for some time now, for the past 17 months since the NDC came to power, I've always been saying one thing. The only issue I have with the Attorney General has to do with how he goes about these things. And for me, it is sad because an astute, learned man like Dr. Dominic Ayini and Justice Remsai, I expected that they would just do some excellent work at that office rather than being using whatever authority they have to just bully people. It is sad. Now, we were in this country where the press conference Attorney General came out to tell us that the Buffer Stock CEO, Hanan and his wife, they've done their investigations and then they are moving to court, and this is blah blah blah. You remember telling us the wristwatches they found in his home, the bags of the wife. Yeah. I'm wondering how that has got to do with prosecution. No problem. We sat in this country, and then the same press conference Attorney General came to tell you and I that they've done what? They've dropped all charges, and now they are going for more stiffer ones. You remember? They said we should give them 24 hours. 24 hours came, 48 hours came, 72 hours came. Later they told us that they've brought new charges, which is more pressing against the CEO of Buffer Stock. In the previous one that was dropped, he did not have the opportunity to travel outside. Remember that. But once you know in law, once you drop and you bring a new one, it means that everything starts afresh because there's a new fresh findings. And my problem has to do with, you see, it is about rush and wanting to please people. Why come out first and tell us that you are going to court and this is what you want to, the charges you want to file against an individual, and then later you come and tell us that you drop and you are going for a new one? Is it that you did not do your research well? Is it that you were in a rush? Is it that you want to please people as an Attorney General? It is not the best. Now, the man decides to travel, file a bill at court, moving that he should be granted the opportunity to travel. And when you watch the court document, you could see that he was granted the opportunity to travel. Whatever that happened, leading permission to travel, leading to arrest with regards to frozen account or what have you.
Yeah,
alleged, said by the. I'm still waiting. I think the council has replied, Godfred Dame, but I've not had I want to get that document, but I've still not had the opportunity to be able to pull it. But what I'm saying is that let's not sometimes bend the law to favor ourselves or to prove to some people that we are working. That is the issue I've had with this current administration. It is assumed that their oral is failing, and then they want something to prove to their grassroots to energize their base so that the grassroots see that they are working. NDC grassroots oral has failed. They cannot recoup any 20 billion for you. We are still closer to almost half of their term. How many have they been able to recoup? They should come and tell us. So what we are saying is that do not use someone as an scapegoat to please your grassroots. It doesn't make any meaning out of that. The person, do you think that the court in its wisdom giving him permission to travel, the court did not go through whatever they want to do? So what I'm saying is that the Attorney General, well, I'm a little bit surprised because I among all the appointees President John Dramani Mahama came up with, I take him as, because I know that Dr. Ayine is a man of repute and a very big man, also a doctor as well. So coming to that office and turning that office into a political tool, it is somehow sad for me, and it is sad for me. And our prayers and wishes are with the Buffer Stock CEO. He has already been arrested before. Remember, he spent I think couple of weeks in the BNI custody.
I think when the whole case started,
and now he has been sent back because of 1, 2, 3. I'm waiting to read the defense of the Attorney General and his counsel, which is Godfred Dami and
the former Attorney General.
Yes, and his people, to read them. But again, I've seen some couple of NDC people, just like my brother this morning, and labeling people as criminals and the rest. You have a rat in your cupboard and you are calling someone a criminal. Where is Sedinam Tamakulu? Come and show us where she is. You people do not have respect for Ghanaians. Because up to now, I don't know if you've seen a picture of Sedinam Tamakulu in his home. Have you seen it? When she reported, they said report to the country. Have you seen any picture of her? They don't respect us. So sometimes I don't expect people whose hands are not clean to come out and be speaking. He who comes to equity must come with clean hands.
But we've heard from the interior minister that she's in custody.
You believe it? You believe him?
We shouldn't.
You believe him?
Oh, you can't.
People who brought Kelvin Taylor. Please let me make my point. Let me make my point. Let me make my point.
If you don't believe Sedinam Tamakulu is in Saum, you can visit in Saum yourself.
Let me make my point.
You can go and visit Sedinam
Tamakulu at
Saum.
A government that brought
Kelvin
Taylor passed him through VIP, sent him straight to court, and discharged him of all criminal liabilities labeled against him. You believe them? Please.
But
a country, a government that tilts the law towards some people and then treats some people differently, please.
But what also makes you believe that she is not in custody?
Who?
What have you? Yeah. Said enough.
And then you dance. What eyes have seen is what I can see. What have you seen?
So that alone tells you that she's not in custody.
Oh, my sister. You see, let's sometimes not act as if we do not know these political actors. How many months did it take them to bring Sedinam to this country? And the only reason for even bringing it was to please certain people. And you've heard, I don't know if you've heard it yourself, that other airport, I don't know if now then.
Till today.
I don't think.
Till today. Oh, I've not heard it. You are the first person.
The minority came that I think last week.
The minority show you
evidence. Exactly.
Oh, are you telling me that the minority so you trust the other side, but you do not want to trust the other side?
But you want me to also trust the minority.
What I'm saying is that
how does that work?
It is the minority's duty to scrutinize the government.
If you are scrutinized, doesn't mean you should come and lie.
Is that a lie? So you trust the interior minister?
If you say
what I am saying is simple.
If you believe your
if you have
minority,
a rat
you should come
in
and
your
show
cupboard,
us.
don't come out and come and claim that you are holy. Don't come out and he who comes to equity must come and clear.
If you
so
could
this
not
morning,
extradite Sedinam Tamakulu your 8 years in government,
this morning,
and we have extradited our own,
prayers,
and she is facing the full realm of the law,
and
you are here complaining.
My prayers and wishes are with the former Buffer Stock CEO, that I wish him the very best wherever he is. But again, it is a warning to government appointees, especially currently those in government. Think Amako Hebo Naba.
Right.
Whatever that you are seeing, then also they say go to them. Say maybe in the near future, so say you can also go through the same phase Hanan is also going through. It could be my brother here, maybe he's a director I don't know somewhere. It could be maybe the Gold Board CEO. It could be the YA CEO. It could be any IP CEO. It could be anybody. Because at the end you have to account to the people. Mm-hmm. And when we find out that there is any malfeasance in the whatever you did at that office, we'll have to call you to come and answer. But my problem has to do with how the person answers. It is very important. We should not let. So imagine through all this, the Buffer Stock CEO comes out, comes at the end that judgment comes that he is clean. What have you achieved? You sent him through hell.
But don't you think it's right that he should still go through the whole procedure till he's proven?
The procedure is important, but how you do not use state power to abuse people when they are going through that procedure.
But how are they abusing this?
It? You keep someone 3 weeks, 1 month in Yoko custody. You bring bail conditions, frivolous bail conditions that you and I know that does not even make sense. Imagine MPP coming to power and Sami Jemfi in Iyoko custody, and we are telling him to go and bring Jesus's hair as bail condition. Imagine how it will be. Look at that small girl on TikTok telling her to bring 1 million bail condition or kofa him. So what I'm saying is that let's not use state power to abuse people when you have the opportunity. Let them go through the process nicely. We were in this country when MPP was in power. We saw your finance minister. At the end, didn't he come out clean?
What was done to him?
What was done to him? Tell me.
Didn't he go through the same process as well?
Tell me, what was done to him?
You don't remember how Atufosin was maltreated in
this just country? Look at that. Can you compare
you don't remember
what was done to any MP?
My sister,
gentlemen, as it
at
stands
the
now,
point where
like we are
a conspiracy where people could meet, could conjure and turn a court ruling just to ensure that this person goes to jail.
Oh, just look at that.
It
we
has
are
to
talking
take,
about
please,
how you enter someone's home
and recording. Please. If you are talking about Atufosin, we'll go there.
Please.
If you are talking about Atufosin, we'll go there. We know what Godfrey Dame did.
You have your
an incompetent attorney general of that fact.
You have your time. Let me continue with you.
I think yes, I've gotten it.
You've gotten the documents
from Godfrey Dame himself.
Yeah, what does he say?
Coming to read if Godfrey Dame has made a post.
Let's respectfully
No, clean. Is Godfrey Dame clean?
He is the counsel for the defendant.
We don't know what he did.
Let's be fair.
Unlawful arrest of Hanan Abdul Wahab at the airport, Accra, despite court order. The attention of the firm of Dame and Partners has been drawn to a Facebook post by the Deputy Attorney General and Deputy Minister for Justice, Dr. Shrimsai, purporting to justify unlawful arrest of Hanan Abdul, our client, after having been granted permission to travel to the United Kingdom by an order of the High Court dated 29 June. The said Facebook post, laden with falsehood, was a lame attempt to cover up the Attorney General's deplorable authorization for an impunity, for an order of court of competent jurisdiction to be violated with impunity. We set out the truth fact. 1. Following an application filed by his lawyers, our client, Hanan Abdul Wahab, was permitted by the High Court, presided over by His Lordship Justice Achibonga, Justice of the Court of Appeal, sitting as an additional High Court judge, to travel for an appointment with his optician, from 4th July to 12th July. This was after the judge has considered argument from counsel in the matter, including Dr. Shrimsai. 2. The order of the court was consistent with precedent permitting accused person on trial to travel in exercise of their fundamental human right to freedom of movement and right to medical care. The record shows that in the present past, persons standing trial for similar offences as our client, Dr. Stephen Opuni, Seydou Agongo, and the likes, were all granted permission by the court to travel out of the country while still standing trial. 3. The allegation by the Deputy Attorney General that our client attempted to use false means to empty his frozen bank account with Republic Bank is simply untrue. We challenge him to produce evidence of a withdrawal of any sum by our client from any of his bank accounts since the date of the court order. 4. In any event, there is no valid order of any court of competent jurisdiction freezing our client's account. Our client's account were frozen last year pursuant to investigation which resulted in his earlier arrest and prosecution. On 5th May 2026, the charges against our client were withdrawn, leading to his discharge. This resulted in a lapse of all orders made by the High Court relating to bail and freezing orders in respect to his earlier prosecution. On 15th May 2026, fresh charges were filed by the Republic against our client. On 20th May, the High Court, presided by His Lordship Justice Kwame Osei-Gyamfi, held the rearrest bargain a fresh process and implied that there is no valid freezing order in place.
Right.
Let me end there.
Yeah, can it end there?
You read what you listened to what I read.
Yeah, first off,
you can share. So
you can share with the producer.
So it is sad.
Before you come in, first off, you mentioned that his arrest was unlawful. On what grounds was it unlawful?
One,
was he arrested for leaving the country, or he was arrested for?
He said by your Deputy Attorney General.
My Deputy Attorney General.
That quickly he ran to Facebook after the arrest, and he wrote in his post that he tried.
He did not try.
to withdraw money.
As it stands now, it's alleged. It's alleged. Hearing from the
again,
it hasn't been proven yet.
It is sad that people who know the law sometimes want to bend the law to favor themselves. One, traveling outside the country was granted by the competent court of jurisdiction, by the justice. He listened to the argument of the council.
And his account has been frozen by the court.
Let me come in.
I beg you.
And then he was granted the permission to go and seek medical attention within a period.
Yeah,
again, where in the new charges filed by the Attorney General gives order for his account to be frozen. You see, sometimes we should keep quiet and then we read. In the previous charges that was withdrawn, his account was frozen. In the new one, there is a new charge, so the old one dies off.
Yeah,
so that is
a law student.
So does that mean that his account is automatically unfrozen?
Yes, once you have withdrawn the previous charges.
Are you not supposed to apply an affidavit for that to be taken?
A law student.
Okay, so you are in court for these charges. Then the prosecution comes that no, we have withdrawn charges against you. It means that what? They do not want to continue prosecution. You've gone home. Now, the prosecution comes again that we are filing more stiffer ones against him. Does the old one still stand? My sister, does the old one still? This are not even doing law. This is just normal logical reasoning.
Logical reason does not work here. You are a law student.
Okay, I want to give him the opportunity. I want to give him the opportunity. I want to give him the opportunity.
I'll give you
the time to give him the opportunity
to come in with your argument.
I want to give him the opportunity. Let him come up with this argument. Please let me listen to you. Let him come up with this argument.
Mr. Zaman, would you?
Yeah, come up with the argument.
He has granted the permission, so you can proceed.
He is saying that on a normal day, after a withdrawal has been made, clearly shows that you are free to go. But you know, when you are dealing with the court, there is the need for you to notify the court every move of the way. So you are saying that upon the withdrawal of the case, clearly shows that whatever objection that was made automatically cease. But that is not the case. The lawyers of the former, how do you call it, National Buffer Stock CEO did not do him good by notifying the court that the case that has been withdrawn saw the frozen of the accounts of their, how do you call it, a client. And for that matter, since there has been a withdrawal, the courts now have to do what? Unfreeze these accounts. It is not the states that froze the account of the former NAPCO CEO. Let's put that into notice. It is the court that froze the account based on the allegation made onto him. You understand me?
So that means he has to go back to the court.
So the court, his lawyers, was supposed to notify the court that since the cases has now been withdrawn and the fresh one is being filed, there is a need for the court to unfreeze the account.
It is not here nor there. That is why I gave you the opportunity.
Please.
Matters
That is
of
the case.
Law is not what you think.
That is the case. There is the need for you to file an affidavit to
Please, let me read.
That is what is known.
Was that a case of wound to me?
That is the case. We were
on 5th May. You decide to withdraw charges. It means that all court orders in the previous charges has elapsed. It is no more there because the prosecuting witness has decided to file a new one, so the old one automatically dies off. That is why I read here for you on 5th May. Why does this skin? On 5th May, when the learned Attorney General, Dr. Srimsai, decided to go and withdraw the charges against the Buffer Stock CEO, automatically the old one dies off. And should it, even in the case, the counsel of the defendant is telling you.
You are reading a post from the defendant.
Is the
I expect him to go that direction. But matters of the law we all know whatever you do, you need to notify the court. Let's not make it.
Which
No,
one
let's
should
not allude.
notify the court?
Let's not allude. Let's not allude the fact.
But the frozen accounts is it not part of evidence?
Let's not allude to the fact that let's not allude.
Then
to that.
in the new
Please,
one,
can I say this?
It is my point. Let me finish. It is my point.
Conclude shortly.
It is my.
He has 2
it
minutes.
is simple. Unfit me. The charges against our client were withdrawn, leading to his discharge. This results in a lapse of all orders made by the High Court relating to bail and freezing orders. So once you decide to go to court today,
and that was from the attorney general.
Yes, once you decide to go to court today and tell the court that my brother Zamani, that we have sent him to court for financial loss to the state, we have withdrawn the issue. He is discharged. Oh, my sister, he is discharged and he goes home. So once you come back to file again, and in that new file that you are writing to court, it is to your discretion to add that you think that his account should be freezed and he should not allowed to travel outside. That is why in the new one, you know, in the old one he could not travel.
Yeah.
Why did he file to court that court should grant him permission?
It is
to
the
travel?
court. It is the court that placed an embargo on him, and it is the same court that granted him the leave. But who did he go to seek leave to travel? Is it not the court?
But in any case,
is it not the court?
His counsel is telling you that he's giving.
I expect the counsel to go that direction.
He's expecting the attorney general to provide evidence showing that his client even wanted to empty his account. Clearly telling you the trust he has in his.
So the attorney general is here to prove that.
Yes,
today is Monday. They'll be going to court today.
Yeah, they'll be going to court today. So there's surely going to be.
So again, my last words: we should not bend the law to favor whatever thing we want to do.
See, my sister.
Mr. Zamani.
You see, I am not fortunate to be in the law school, but administratively, we've done some administrative works. I have experienced court proceedings, and when it comes to administrative work, we know how it is done. If my brother here is telling me today that the fact that a case has been withdrawn automatically means that whatever involved or whatever is involving in the case drops automatically. If you say so, in a case where this particular account that has been frozen, was it frozen by the states? In the state of which I mean the how do you call it? The Deputy Attorney General Esrimsai. Was it frozen by him? No. But who froze the account? It is the court that did the freezing. And now this same court has granted him leave to travel, of which you were saying that before an embargo was placed on him. But you see, the previous case that was being withdrawn, this is where I come to blame his counsel. The previous case that was being withdrawn, if the state says that it has withdrawn from the case, and for that matter, whatever written was made from the courts, you know, it is the court that will write to the bank to freeze the account. My dear, you are aware of that.
Yeah.
You know, it is the court that will write to the bank to freeze the account. And for that matter, it is this same court that will write to the bank again to unfreeze the account. So if there was any attempt for the former CEO to access the account, it was his counsels that was supposed to do due diligence by writing to the court that the state has now decided to withdraw from this case, and for that matter, all I don't know how to put it. All charges that was involved must be dropped automatically, and for that matter, the court must write to the bank to unfreeze the account. Administratively, that is what is supposed to be done. That is due process. So if you are here saying that automatically it is, no, that is here nor there. It does not hold water. You get me? It does not hold water. Right. It's as simple as that.
My question is, if indeed you are saying that as it stands now, the frozen account is inactive, that means that he can access the account at any time.
It is freezing. It is
why is it that he is now attempting to take money out of that
empty
account,
their account.
but just before he traveled. And why is
It
he
is
not?
not true.
And why is he not occupying the properties that were equally seized as well?
It is not true.
How is it not true?
His counsel has come out to clearly state that my client should, even in case that whatever you are saying with regards to his account still being frozen, he has not even made an attempt to empty his account. So
you want me to believe his counsel, and you don't want
do
to
you
believe
think
what
that
the
someone
deputy,
will
the
want
deputy
to?
attorney
Do
general
you
is
think
saying?
that someone will want to?
What do you mean?
Muddy his reputation.
What
just
do you
like that?
mean?
He has told you that
someone,
come and prove.
Someone that has stolen from the state has not muddied his reputation.
I'm not talking about.
What do you mean by
his
that?
counsel. What
What
I'm
do you
saying
mean
is
by that?
simple. He's saying that
you
come.
want me to believe what the council has said? Well, not believe
So,
the
I'm
deputy attorney general. Once this man is trying to empty his account.
You have your time, Mr. Zamani.
You see, if you continue to do
don't
this,
worry.
we
Sorry
won't
about
talk
that.
again.
Let's proceed.
If you don't talk, I'll continue to talk.
So what I'm saying is that
I think due to time, we won't be able to delve into the second topic.
We have to.
We have to.
If you not talk, me
no,
I can
no.
talk.
I asked the question.
Please.
Yeah. So proceed
talk,
and answer my question for me, please. I
So what I'm saying is
my question is, if indeed that account has been unfrozen, why does he have to wait till he's about to
it is not true. Take it from his counsel, and then let the
You
two of
want
them.
us-
But why should
You
we
want-
believe what his counsel
Yes.
is saying and not believe what the deputy attorney
And
general is saying?
he has given the deputy attorney general the opportunity to provide evidence
So as
showing that his client tried to empty his account.
But so as it stands now, it could be. Let's assume
What I'm saying is that once the case was withdrawn, the court orders that were placed, it could be bail, that he could not do this, he could not do that. He has to report 2 times to Yoko or something, or the court. Once the case was withdrawn, all those things come to be down. He's not acquitted though. The case has been withdrawn by the prosecution. You understand? So it means that the prosecution can only on any day file more stiffer ones against him, of which they did. So clearly, once they filed more stiffer ones, he could still write to the court that once there are new charges, the old one did not give me the permission to travel, but I'm applying to you that give me the opportunity to travel. That is why the court granted him.
So why didn't he do for his account as well?
You see, you're contradicting yourself.
So why didn't he do for his account as well? If he went to file that,
the person has not withdrawn any money from his account.
But his account is said to be frozen, right?
Oh my God, you're
I
contradicting
don't know
yourself.
how to explain to you. Okay.
Oh no,
Let me explain it to you.
You're confused.
Let me explain it to you. Let me explain it to
That
you.
if he has appealed,
Let me
that
explain it to you.
he should
Let
be
me
allowed
explain
to
it to you.
travel.
He could have done same to
could
the
also-
frozen
let me
account.
explain it to
to
you.
unfroze his account
Let me
as well.
explain
You
it
could
to
have
you.
done same.
Let me explain it to you.
Calm
You've
down.
been explaining since.
Calm down,
You
Mr.
just do not
Zamani.
want to understand.
You've
now.
been explaining. I don't know where you want to
So,
arrive at.
Mr. Zamani.
In the first charges that the prosecution, at the end, the court placed a ban on his account, placed a ban on him not to be able to travel.
Right.
They did all those things, report to court these days, do this, do this, do that. Now, the case has been withdrawn, not acquitted. They has not been acquitted, meaning that the prosecution still have the opportunity to travel. And once the case has been withdrawn, all orders of the courts against the client is taken away. Now, the Attorney General now files more stiffer ones at the court. And you know anything with regards to financial malfeasance and the other stuff. Now, before you take any step with regards, because you are supposed to appear before the court, maybe 2 weeks, 3 days. So before you take any step, or you want to move outside the country, you want to do anything, you have to go to the court. It is not as if the old one is still standing. No. You are showing yourself to the court that, court, give me the permission to travel outside this country. It does not automatically mean that once he wants to access his bank account, he will have to come to the court. It is because as the person, he has to represent himself to the court. Maybe in the court order, he was given the opportunity to represent himself 2 times in a week at Yoko. I don't know if you are getting what I'm saying.
I'm getting you, but my question is still stands that if you can appeal that, you should be
the
allowed to
court
travel.
order with regards to the first charges of which the Attorney General sent to the court dies off when the Attorney General decides to withdraw all charges against him. Not some charges, all charges. I don't know if you guys are not still getting me.
We are not getting you.
You will get there when you start.
Mr. Zamani,
criminal law.
I don't know if you get where I'm coming from, because
I totally,
for the sake of clarity,
yes,
we still
totally
have
understand. I totally
what
understand.
I am saying is that
you mean
once on 15th May,
you made your points.
Dr. Shrimsai decides to withdraw charges against Zamani. It means that everything against Zamani has died off, and that Zamani could travel outside. He could do everything on his will. But once the Attorney General decides to go and file again against Zamani, Zamani cannot travel. But that period of which, between that 4 days of which we were all waiting, that they first file charges against him, Hanan could do whatever he want to do. I don't know if you are getting me. Zamani, are you getting me now? Or you there? Why are you doing it? You want to do criminal law, you understand? I am Rasem.
Let me hear from you. 2 minutes. Let me give you 2 minutes.
Go to the last topic.
You see,
please. Let's be fair. One our pen, our ballet.
Ake in his own statement made it clear that upon the withdrawal of the first case does not mean the accused has been acquitted and discharged. You made that clear here. Unless you want to say
no. Mr. Zamani has 2 minutes, please.
I never said that.
Unless you want to say it is not true. If it is not true, then I take it back. It is not true.
Yeah.
Very well, fair enough. But here lies the case that as part of his cases, as part of the cases that has been filed by the state, and as part of the reservation that the state is requesting for, is part of his passports being seized. It is not only about him not traveling. He can travel within the Ghana. His passport was actually seized. He cannot leave the shores of the country. So upon whatever reason why he wanted to leave the country, wrote to the court and sought. Okay. I thought you've had your time.
You have 2 minutes.
Please.
My producer is going to notify me that time is up soon. So let's.
No, the last topic they will discuss.
Don't worry. Let me plead. Let me see if we can get 5 minutes to talk about this.
Only, please. You cannot tell me. You cannot tell me. You cannot tell me how to speak. Please. Can you allow me? Respectfully. Can you allow me?
I've allowed you.
All right. Thank you so much. So, my sister, upon paying due diligence to the court, you see, I made a statement about you filing an affidavit, and I want to say I'm disappointed so much in the ex-CEO's counsel. And Godfrey Dami, we all know that is his behavior. He always does not do due diligence. His records are there. So if he's handling this case, I know where to end up to. You just come and make claims and not speak to facts. We also saw what happened to Atufosin's case, upon which an audio recording leaked. At the end of the day, he himself have to withdraw from the case, and Atufosin was acquitted and discharged of all charges that was labeled against him. We also saw the lengths that they went to this country, of which at a point there was even speculations that even the president of the land was that whatever the Attorney General should do and jail Atufosin, he should do. We saw it, and he was the lead counsel. We saw what they did. Case Trokano could at the end of the day Atufosin and Obuj Mama Ghana economy are fun one. Then you know ye bossy. Yes, I know by assembly one American.
All right,
assembly one American. Intinina say what Godfrey Dame did not do due diligence to his client was not to notify the court on whatever actions that his client had wanted to take, of which he had wanted to use dubious means to go and please allow me to talk. You don't have the time.
Calm down.
Of which he had wanted to use dubious means to go and empty. You see, it was not just withdrawal. It was not withdrawal. Empty.
According to the deputy.
Yes.
Please.
According to the hard-working deputy attorney general. Yes. Justice Shrimsai said he had wanted to empty the account. Upon 8 years in government, it did never cross you to empty your account. Only when you have a standing case. Only when, please. Only when you have a standing case with the court. account that has been frozen. You go and withdraw something, cry.
So,
you want
they are set to be in court today, and there's definitely going to be a development on this particular issue.
The Attorney General has bent the law.
We are still going to sit here and still discuss about it.
We are all following the case closely.
Yeah, so for the sake of clarity, make sure that
we are following the case closely.
His account is not frozen.
You follow everything. Right, so I think at this juncture we are going to be dropping the first topic, and my producer has been kind enough to dash us 10 minutes. So we are going to be looking at this. I was saying my producer cook into Rocky. I remember cook from Enoch. Yeah, so we are going to be delving. We are going to be delving into the second topic briefly, but I promise you that we are still going to hit on the issues. They are still going to bring out the relevant opinions that they want to hit on it. And this is from Paul Afoko, and he said, "NDC threatens NPP's popularity and dominance." So the former New Patriotic Party national chairman and aspiring flag bearer, Paul Afoko, says the National Democratic Congress is becoming a stronger political force and could pose a serious threat to the NPP if internal divisions are not resolved. He warned that the NPP must urgently fix its internal challenges or risk further electoral losses in future elections, especially ahead of 2028. He pointed to the party's reduced parliamentary strength, saying the NPP's drop from 160 seats to 80 shows clear signs of weaknesses and internal instability. He also noted that the NDC has made gains in constituencies that were once considered strongholds of the NPP, including areas in the Bono and Northern region. And according to him, this shift reflects changing voter sentiment and growing dissatisfaction within sections of the electorate. So it's simple and short. What Paul Afoko is saying that it looks like the NDC are gaining more popularity over the NPP, and if care is not taken, the rest of the 80 seats they have left, the NPP will take all of them. And already there are some certain regions that were stronghold of the NPP. But looking at the previous election that were held, the NDC, wiped up all those seats. So they have to solve their internal challenges. Otherwise, the party will be buried. Let me hear, who do I begin with? It looks like Ake was very interested in this.
Who was speaking?
It was Paul Afoko.
And he wants to be what?
He said he wants to be the national chairman.
He has no business being national chairman if
this
is his
chairman, yeah.
He has no business being a national chairman if this is his comment.
But he's still a part of your party, right?
Well, everybody is part of the party.
Oh, okay.
My point is very simple. We are at the point where we are reorganizing and restructuring our party. Everybody has seen. We started from polling station. Nicely, currently.
I'm sorry. So he's the former New Patriotic Party member, and also what am I saying? The former New Patriotic Party national chairman. Yeah, so that is it. So former, he was actually aspiring.
Isn't it Paul?
He's now aspiring to be the national chairman. Yeah, and he's been going on a media tour.
So what I'm saying is simple.
This is a warning he's giving to his.
He cannot give anybody a warning.
Not a warning, but let's say an advice.
Paul Afoko is well experienced. More experienced than Baumia.
Hello, let me make my point.
Mr. Zamani, we have ample time.
You have to respect others when they have the platform to speak. This has been one of the attitude of which it is not the best.
Let's proceed. You have
From
2 minutes.
The time I entered here, he has been doing this, and I think you have to caution him. I don't mind if I'll use all my time to advise him, but it is not the best.
I'm just letting you know.
Let me make my point.
Don't worry.
After the show.
So what I'm saying is that anybody who has eyes can see that the party started with our flag bearership election, of which we are done. We started with our reorganization, polling station. Currently, I'm a polling station communication officer.
Oh, really?
A proud one.
Congrats.
Yes, we've done our electoral area election. This Saturday, we are having constituency elections everywhere. A nice process. Yes, we may have coca here, but for me, I believe that once everything is in place, I'm happy and I'm proud to be part of this party. So what he's saying that if the party that is why we are reorganizing. Why are we reorganizing?
But looking at all the issues coming up with Kennedy, Japan, and then all of that.
Do you know Gushitano? Yes. Onokrats and Unkotin party. Founder's wife. their founder's wife, had to leave to form his party. The NDC collapsed. So you see that assertion that when someone leaves, MPP will collapse, that assertion that MPP is collapsing is doing that. NDC got to a point that nobody even wanted to watch their face. 2016.
Yeah, don't speak like that.
2016. Nobody wanted to watch President Mohammed's face. A sitting president contesting again. What did he do? Isn't he the first sitting president to lose election his second term? Obiaba will chat 2 terms straight.
But
so
he's here again.
What I'm saying is, thank you. That is what I'm coming to. He's here again. It should tell you that with consistency
don't
and
use
hard
us
work,
as yardstick for your woes.
with consistency and hard work, you'll be able to go through it. It is a phase of which you have to go through. Every political party has gone through that phase. So what I'm saying is that if Mr. Falafoko thinks that what have you with the statement, I do not buy into that. For me, I'm very optimistic that come 7 January 2029, Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia will be sworn in as President of the Republic of Ghana. And we are going through a phase, and I believe that at the end we'll go through successfully. And then people will be back to power. We'll be catch yourself.
He's been talking for 6
You
minutes.
are sat in this country and you see your president sitting in chopper when people are dying. Chopper that is supposed to go and rescue people. The next day he organizes Thanksgiving service, goes to sing "There shall be showers of blessing." Wears white shirt, top and down. And what pains me is Obata also wa badayenso as a white in chain. Thanksgiving service in the midst where we've lost 37 souls. Even 8 people, you declare state of mourning in this country. 37 souls. So what I'm saying is that it is not what you think that your Musa Danko and your post that it is skewing to show you things that you think it is working. The people are angry.
He's been talking for
People's
6 minutes. I hope I'll be giving him same opportunity.
My communication director for the Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia campaign, I think you heard that during the Monday flood, his house was
I'll come back.
flooded. Let me offer,
please. No,
okay,
please. I beg you. Yeah. Zamani.
Yes. All right. Thank you so much. You see, on this note, I just want my brother to know that he completely deviated from what is happening. You see, there is a need for us to appreciate what this government is doing. We all know where we picked this country from. We picked this country from the gutters. We picked this country where our economy was nothing to write home about. We picked this country from a place where our educational sector was in shambles. We picked this country from a place where infrastructure, roads, and road network in this country was nothing to write home about. We picked this country from a place where, for the first time in this country, we have to go through a domestic debt exchange program. That is where this country was picked from. And if Paul Afoko is speaking, it is on this note of which Paul Afoko is speaking. And it is so sad to hear someone like Ake, who is a polling station communication officer, trying to speak or debunk the words of a former national chairman. NPP party has a very long way to go. You see, this is their problem. When they are being advised, they don't listen. And that is the reality on ground. We all saw the opposition works of the NDC. And yet, no. Some best agenda that is not the work. We expect opposition to keep government on it too, not opposition to be fighting within itself. We see what is happening in their party now. The government, this particular government, is focused on delivering the mandate that the Ghanaians has given to us, whilst they are focused on tearing themselves. You have kids like political navies try to talk on party financiers, people that have served the party. They are the ones deciding for the party today. They can open their mouth to say suspend this person. They can open their mouth to say don't go on this radio, don't go on this, don't go on this. Is this the conflict resolution mechanism that the MPP has? It is on this note that Paul Afoko is advising them. They should sit up. If it is about NDC, we are focused. We are also in our reorganizations. I told you earlier, we are almost through with our, branch election. Yeah. We are not doing the top-bottom approach. We are doing from bottom. We are organizing from the base right to the top. You can see what is happening to the party now. Today, if you are not a Bawumia faithful, you will not win any position in the party. So I'm not surprised him speaking like this to Paul Afoko. So, in my ending, although he's been given 6, I've been given a 4.
Sorry.
Yes, in my ending, we are very much focused. And as said earlier, whatever the people in Accra are going through with the effect of the flooding, we are all aware the amount of money that has been released by this particular government, over 350 million Ghana cedis, of which will be diverted into a relief item to people that have been greatly affected. And we expect Dennis Miracle Abuaji to benefit from this particular relief that has been made. So this will be my ending point. Would I be given time to speak again?
No, please.
All right, let me greet my people. I want to say a very good morning to the incoming Kole Klote Deputy Youth Organizer, Honorable Adamu Alema. He's doing fantastically well. I want to say a very good morning to my team, the team fraternity. The team fraternity is actually doing well by keeping the youth wing very active. Very soon in the coming weeks, we'll be hosting a program in ATU. And Monday, Monday, Kotak Radio. The MC program. So you speak about
it. They are all going to Takradi together. Yeah.
So as I was saying, it is important that we offer best wishes.
But I thought he did that on your behalf.
No. He's not in my part.
But you can send him a message.
But I think it is something that we have to say. Watching the post on Joy News, if you could read the comment, you could see how insensitive people are.
Sorry to him.
As for that,
personally,
when I saw some of the comments,
I was it was so
disappointing. It was a lie.
It
was to do.
I was very sad with some of the comments, but the way when issues happen, we decide to act on issue or warrant some of these things. Dennis Miracle Abuaji has.
It's okay. Let me greet and go. This morning, this Saturday, we are having constituency election. Let me greet my brother Alex. He's going for assistant secretary at one of these constituencies. I wish him the very best.
Which constituency?
He's a very good guy. Oko Suchare Suronoma. Opa Ogeta Kraya Dodoa Suronom. What's the name?
Is it Adenta?
No, after Adenta, the next constituency. It travels out to Suchare.
I know Oibi and Dodoa.
Yes, he's going. He's a very good guy. Did some of this national service executive thing with him. My brother lawyer Chumisi is also going for youth organizer at Soon constituency. My brother Derek is also going for Kankwe Central youth organizer. My brother Kwesimin said that my boss is also going for youth organizer at Okankwe South. And then Mr. Kweku Boate Ejenim for second vice at Chumamponyo. I wish them the very best. And everybody, in fact, I am happy that I'm seeing youth contesting for politics.
Youth in politics.
The very best. After Saturday, we'll come and post and show congratulations to them. I believe they will win too.
Yeah.
So you are going to Takra.
We are wishing you all the best, and also congratulations to whoever that has, acquired any position in any political parties. This has been an interesting morning, I must say. We'd have fun right here in the studios, and I must say thank you to Mr. Ake and also Mr. Zamani. Thank you so much for the insightful opinion you just put on us this morning. Yeah, so we'll be coming your way same time tomorrow. Do have a lovely day.